It is your Tom and Dan watering holes alert. All right, let's give the rundown here.
All right.
We got Will's Pub, Little Indy's, Dirty Laundry. If you want to take in a show in one of the nicest and most hip areas of Orlando, the Mills 50 area, and the complex that is Will's Pub, Dirty Laundry, Little Indy's, just go there, check out a show. You will not be disappointed.
Yeah, I had some beers at Dirty Laundry, and so like patio area in the back between
it's the spillover
Indy's
area.
and Will's Pub. Yeah, really cool bar.
Yeah, I would say if you're going to look to go to an event specifically there, look for Nadim's Dirty Bingo or Cheap Ass Bingo.
Okay.
Very, very funny. Toll Road Brewing, really, really great handcrafted beers and seltzers.
Yeah, right there in Ocoee. It's beautiful inside. Swing by there, ask for something Tom and Dan.
Yeah,
they'll
they're
give
good
it to
folks. Really good folks. Hourglass, of course, Hourglass. Making delicious beer, made Moe's Jury Juice beer.
Yeah. Makes our beer each year.
I'm about cranking through those Jury Juices, man. They are phenomenally good.
Yep, they got their huge mega location in Longwood and their tap room in Orlando.
You'll be seeing us in Hourglass a lot more as the year unfolds. Cafe Da Vinci, just talked to Dan the other day, did an amazing benefit for my friend Steve. Always having some of the best bands and shows roll through that Little DeLand gym. I mean, it's one of the best venues, and it's in the tiniest, sleepiest, raddest little town, my little hometown.
Yeah, their
of
courtyard.
DeLand, Florida. Yeah, it's
Beautiful.
great. Salty Sisters. That's Tiffany's bar.
Yep, right there in Cocoa Beach.
I'm sure you could swing through, get a smash burger, and then buy her new book on edibles.
Yeah, she's got an event going on every single weekend, all the time.
Talk about hustling. My God. Ailstone. Man. Great pizza, great beer, and Monday through Thursday they do
50% off pizza. So if you want to swing by Ailstone, grab some beers, grab some pizza, they do a great job. We got Johnny's Other Side, of course, has been with us for years.
Me and Andrea are stuck on Johnny's right now, where we can't. Every weekend we end up there for like brunch or me getting a hamburger. And my kid's favorite food is hamburger. You want a hamburger? Go to Johnny's.
Best burger in town.
Yeah, so good.
West End Trading Company, Celery City, of course, in Sanford. All of our watering holes are at TomandDanWateringHoles.com. They all have giveaways of Tom and Dan, so when you go there, just ask for one. It helps us.
Yeah.
And you support a
and
watering
they're not
hole.
just bars. You know, like Tuffy's is a venue as well. Like you slide through Tuffy's, you go to the music box, you see all these bands, and let them know that you're there. Because, guys, it only works if you tell them. So let them know that Tom and Dan sent you.
TomandDanWateringHoles.com.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan.
The 2023 Halloween special.
Boy, we screwed that up. I said, welcome back. Normally I go, welcome back to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan, and that's it. I screwed that up.
No, that's fine.
Well, anyway, hey, welcome back to the show. And now we have relocated to my little Halloween domain. This is my little installation here at my house.
Well, we figured we'd check out Daniel's Halloween decorations and then compare them to my Halloween decorations next segment. Now, full disclosure, when we left the studio to come over to your house, you told us we needed ice to put in your fog machine.
Okay, yeah, so you picked me up a bag of ice.
I offered, hey, I'll jump out of your Tesla and go
I
into
didn't think you were going to bring this up.
Yeah,
I didn't think you were going to talk about this.
I said, I offered. I was like, you and Sam are sitting in the, I'm like, drop me off, do the
You're
drive
the hero.
around.
You'll get the ice.
My wife is probably going to want to hear this because I may have. Let's stop for 1 second.
Andrea?
I'll stop and then we'll give her a mic and then. Hold on. We'll be right back. Okay, now we're back.
So I offered to get a bag of ice, and you're like, all right, I'll drop you off in front of Publix Liquors, and you could jump out.
I actually asked you. I said, which do you think would be faster, to get ice in regular Publix or Publix Liquors? Because we have a Publix Liquors near our Publix.
Regular Publix.
Oh, my wife is here. Hi, babe.
Hi. Regular Publix.
Well,
Yes.
no. The Liquors is way faster.
I thought Liquors would be faster.
Because the ice machine's up near the door.
It is. He's right.
Then you got to go all the way to the beer and wine aisle, and then self-checkout.
They have a case right up front, too, at Publix.
I don't know. I only know about
they do, but it's self-serve, and you got to get your bags. But no, this is easier. I do agree with him on this one, but I know that you guys like to have logic battles or whatever.
So I get out, I go get the ice, and then I'm standing with my ice bag.
I was bonding with Sam. I was bonding with my producer, sir.
Waiting
my
for
hard-working producer.
Daniel and Sam to come back. And to the right of me is
they were praying.
It's a prayer
no,
circle.
it wasn't a prayer.
Yeah, she had a Jesus shirt on.
Yeah,
they
you didn't see their Jesus. They all had Jesus Jesus shirts on.
So they were doing some sort of prayer circle,
They were doing
which
a prayer
is
circle.
weird.
Outside of the liquor store.
Yeah, trying to save your soul, son.
And, you know, and I don't know why it was happening, but it was probably like 12
Did they ask you to
people.
join?
No.
And you couldn't tell
it was
them
more
no?
than 12. It was at least 15 people if there were anybody there.
And-
all young men and women, like holding hands in a prayer circle.
So as I'm standing with the ice, then Daniel pulls up with his Tesla, and then as I go to get in, the loudest fart noise
Mega fart.
starts coming out
It's
of
back, baby.
some sort of speaker.
Yeah, I did the exterior speaker mega fart.
And then
I was bonding with Sam.
And then I look over at the prayer circle, and then they're all staring.
I
like
broke their
that.
concentration.
And then I'm like, and then I get into
Just
the
shaking
Tesla,
his head.
and I try to dip my head down so they can't see. Daniel's continually pressing
Oh
the
yeah,
fart
it was
button.
crazy. Yeah.
And
Well,
then-
Sam and I were having a good time.
Right.
And then I start yelling at Daniel to go, and then he continues to
Oh,
pulls
he
up in
harassed
front
the
of
Publix
Yeah.
workers.
There
the
was
cart guy.
Okay, there was a special cart man.
Okay.
He thought it was fantastic. Special cart man who was a little unfortunate. I gave him a blast, and he was like, "Hell yeah!" Then I gave a
businessman
Puerto
on a-
Rican man on a Bluetooth. He did not like it. That guy was mad.
So was Tom as uncomfortable with that as
Oh, yeah.
Maisie would have been if it had been her in his shoes? Like, she likes farting people.
Yeah, she likes
But she
doing
doesn't-
it, but she doesn't
wanna
like
be the
to
receiver.
be. Yeah, she doesn't want to be like on the receiving
Yeah,
end of the
yeah.
joke. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Well-
he's still a little red from it. If you look at his face, I got
Yeah.
him. I got him good.
You should have just thrown the bag of ice and stomped off.
And you know what?
I thought he was going to punch me in the face.
I feel like society doesn't know that Tesla has that feature, so it
No.
was either me making that noise or actually farting, because they looked at me as like, what is happening right now?
Well,
I
it was
mean,
right
it's-
when you were sitting down, too. Like
Well,
an
what?
old man
Oh,
sits
did
down
your
and
car
farts.
get video of it? Did your car take video?
I would have had to have honked the horn to get the video of it, but that would have been good. That would have been good.
Thanks for doing that.
Okay,
man.
all right.
Because
You know,
I've done nothing to you.
Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to implement the next part of the installation. So we're here at my Halloween installation that me and Andrea have worked on. Oh, I was going to do the ice.
No,
So, okay, here.
I feel
Oh, my
like
God.
this whole
Actually, you might have to do the ice.
Okay.
everything you have set up here is very Pinterest, which
Yeah, it
is,
looks good.
Like there's
Yeah,
a lot of
spooky stuff.
Netting. What is this netting here?
Okay, hold on. Let me break this ice.
You got a lot
This
of
is called scrim. It's called S Gets in Face. We learned that from Mike Aiello.
from Halloween Horror Nights. Yeah. So you got some scrim on your front porch
Scrim.
chairs. You got some regular pumpkins.
Okay.
Yeah,
Some
you have a
burlap
variety of
sacks.
pumpkins here.
Okay, we have a lot of different pumpkins. Now, Andrea, if you'll look over here, and I want Sam to get a photo of this. Andrea's putting in my ice.
Now, why are you adding ice?
Okay, a lot of fat dads don't know this, but when you are building out a holiday installation, now, Andrea did something that is horribly wrong. She just did. You got a piece of ice in the tube. That's bad. That's bad news.
Ice in the tube?
Can't
Is
get
that-
ice in the tube.
What the?
Absolutely can't have ice in the tube. You can't have your tube blowback. If you get to blowback on your tube.
So,
No, it's fine. It'll be fine for now, but I'm just, if you really want to do it right, you don't want moisture in the tube.
Now your pumpkins are on right now,
Yes.
and your projector's on, and
Yes.
it's projecting onto a non-carved pumpkins. And what?
Yeah.
Your wife's about to give the neighbors a show.
Yeah, well, she is giving the neighbors a show. She does not have on panties. it is.
Pumpkins are out.
Where's my fart noise?
Projector is on that.
Oh, my God. Hocus pocus. Make that disappear.
Oh, there's a stem in there.
Okay,
Oh, no.
so now we got the fog machine going.
Okay.
Now, here's what I was saying about fat dads and fog. A lot of fat dads, they go to get their fog, right? And they're like, why isn't my fog working? Why is it going all up in the air? Why is it, it just
Dispersing
dissipates?
too
Yeah,
fast.
why? What you need to do in order to have properly directional fog for your Halloween installation is that I did a lot of research on this. You need
man.
what is called a fog chiller.
Okay.
Now, a fog chiller is basically just a cat litter box that you put ice on the top, and then it has a big PVC tube that chills down. So when your fog goes inside of there, the heat of the fog comes out, and this is no lie, I looked all this up. Heat of the fog comes out at about 103.
Okay.
When it goes in there, it's instantly chilled, and because it goes from 103 to instantly cooled, it actually produces natural fog. You mix the fake fog with the natural fog, and see how it's clinging?
Yeah.
Look at
Keeps
this.
the
Look at
fog
that
on the
all over your
ground.
feet. Look at that. Look how good that. Oh, Sam got the best one.
Well, that's
Sam
some
got the best-
low-lying fog.
I'm telling you, that's some low-lying fog right there, right? So you combine low-lying fog juice. If you look behind Sam, look how good that is, and it rolls down my steps.
How
good is that?
Nice.
Right? Yeah, that's not bad.
That's a nice spooky feature.
This
Now,
is also a stolen fog machine. Shout out to Tactical Hat.
He
But
just texted me today.
I would
actually.
also like to point out that my wife now claims this as her own fog machine because she took it apart. Was it last year? You took it apart and re-engineered the pump mechanism with a new.
Well, and I
Or
had
you
to do
cleaned
I
it?
had to clean the hoses because the hoses were so like dry rotted. They weren't rotted through, but they were like suctioned together with gunk because I guess the fog juice gunks it up.
Did you know you have to clean your fog machine every year? You're supposed to put the. Well, you wouldn't do that, would you?
I mean, we didn't even clean our ice machine every year.
That's true.
I was eating mold ice for years.
I'd also like to point out that fog's staying. That's some staying fog.
Now, let's talk about your projection,
Yes.
your pumpkin projector or projections.
Sure.
So, what songs are?
Devil Went Down to Georgia just started.
Yeah, we got Devil Went Down to Georgia is one of our newer ones. You can see the pumpkin on the right became a devilman.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And then they all kind of sing together. Now, when it's dark, this actually looks perfect. Like, you can't. The way that we have it dialed in, now I want to give my wife a compliment on something she did this year. It's pretty awesome. We figured out that this little table we have, I can, like, unscrew the wheel or the legs on it to make them longer.
Okay.
And when we did that, it gave the pumpkins more like they're clearer, So you can see that. I don't know if you can notice this, but on the edges of their eyes where it projects, you can see the darker orange. So it gives it a carving kind of
Okay, gotcha.
look,
Yeah.
but
So
yeah.
3D.
Yeah. Andrea's really been
jack-o'-lantern.
working on this. I feel like you
Every year,
you
I want to take it up. Like, I already know what I want to do next year. I want to put the projector up higher, the pumpkins up higher, and like kind of build a pumpkin patch.
Yeah, she wants
where
to put the
these
pumpkins
are
up
more
tall.
up at like eyesight,
and then have like 30 to 100 pumpkins that lead up to like these three on the top singing.
Oh, so like a pumpkin patch.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we kind of started here by picking up little
we have
things.
about 25 songs now, and I would say about 20 jokes they tell.
Yeah,
All
now
right,
they tell
all right.
jokes.
Do they tell,
There's
like
some-
my Uncle Randy's, like, how do you starve a pumpkin? You hide a food stamp
Somebody's
and
got a
a
little
jack-o'-lantern.
violin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
they do. It does a violin solo or a fiddle solo.
One does make fun of some kid. He goes, "Look at that kid's mask." Oh, it's not his mask; it's his face.
Yeah, there's one
And his
ornery.
eyes are slanted.
Of our
You
three
were going to
pumpkins.
make that Goonies joke.
Yeah,
I don't know.
of
You're
our-
really shoehorning it in.
Of our three pumpkins, there's one, like, the center one is the, like, loves everybody pumpkin. The one on the left is, like, the liberal pumpkin, and the one on the right has a lot of, like, jokes that'll surprise you. Like, he'll say the one about the face, then there's one where he's like, "You got too much candy, fudge rounds." There's one, like, he says something like,
Yeah.
it's very, doesn't he?
Yeah,
There's a
he
fat
calls
joke.
them out,
There's
yeah.
a fat joke in there, and then there's one where he goes, "We guarantee to all parents that this candy is gluten-free and flavor-free," because they're making fun of people that have gluten allergies.
Now,
And then he just wants to get back to singing.
we are in Baldwin, so
I don't think they like this.
No, I feel like
Because we run it loud.
if you had one Mambo Trump pumpkin,
Trumpkin.
that I mean, you could program
The big
anything you
wig on
want.
it, yeah.
Yeah,
and
big, beautiful Trumpkin.
and he was saying how awesome he is.
How Halloween is bigly and Kofifi this
This
and
house has
Kofifi
the
that.
best candy.
Yeah. Your Trump's actually not that bad, Sam. Yeah,
Not doing it.
I'd be down for
But
that.
yeah,
Now-
they think like so. Devil Went Down to Georgia. There's two from Daniel hates the ones from
Hocus Pocus.
Pocus.
Yeah, I'm not.
He hates. They turn into the witches
The
from Hocus.
Sanderson
cool.
sisters.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they turn into the Sanderson sisters.
Thriller,
We do
Bohemian
Thriller,
Rhapsody,
Bohemian Rhapsody. I always feel like somebody's watching me.
Metallica.
Metallica's Enter Sandman.
And you could essentially program unlimited songs on there.
Let me
right?
tell you how particular this guy was about the order that they had to be in.
Well, right.
I
like
had
you
to
don't
do
have
it.
the order.
The order
Well,
because
okay, so it goes song. You have song files, you have joke files, and you have intermission files. You don't want two jokes up side by side.
But
Yeah.
I had to
Song joke, intermission. Like
I had to redo it 3 times.
like she couldn't get this through her stupid head. Like she couldn't get it through her dumb head.
No,
That's
because-
a professional producer.
Yeah, I've been doing entertainment. You work you work out there in. Look, you let the Hollywood guys handle the Hollywood stuff.
Or you should have the pumpkin do the weather on the break.
Oh, it's your pumpkin with your weather.
Mother ever.
Do a traffic report.
Now there are only a lot of people ask me about this. Our buddy Tim, the electrician Tim, he asked me, he's like, "Where'd you get those?" I'll tell everybody where I got them. It's one guy. His name, I don't even know his name, but his company's called the Singing Pumpkins. That's it. And the only way you can get these videos, you don't buy the videos because that's illegal, because these are all like copywritten songs. So, this is Oingo Boingo. This is one of my favorites. The little Danny Elfman, Dead Man's Party. So what you do is you buy the MP3 naked from like Amazon or Apple Music.
Okay.
Then you send the MP3 to him, and then you pay him. And then that way he guarantees that you've paid for the music from the artist, and then he sends you the video back. It's very, very, very shady.
Oh, it's like buying a pencil and getting weed with it.
It's very much like that.
By the
It
way,
is very much like that.
That is literally the law that everybody goes by. Like it's like you buy weed from a drug dealer, but technically you're buying a pencil and he's giving you weed or something. It's ridiculous.
I did not know that.
Yeah. I mean, just like the
interstate
whole
capital.
Yeah, just like the old mushroom thing that people are talking about. Like when you buy that, you're just buying his information. Oh, there just happen to be mushrooms in here.
So
Sure, tell that to the cop.
now I noticed.
I don't think cops care about that anymore.
From the people that I know that lived in D.C., they say like that is the universal law that everybody lives by. It is fine, and no one cares. The cops don't care. That's it.
I believe it.
So I noticed the lack of Chinese garbage that you have in your display.
Yeah, Andrea won't let me do. Okay, there's a couple
Like
of rules.
what kind of Chinese
Andrea will
garbage?
not. She won't let me do inflatables, dude. She won't let me do inflatables.
Oh.
You should see my front yard. It's littered with Chinese garbage. Mishmash of
No,
all.
you can't mishmash.
No. Like the only
I
other.
got the biggest mishmash.
We only have one more thing we're putting out. We only have one more thing we're putting out, and it ties in. It's a scarecrow, and it ties in with the pumpkin patch.
Okay, but it's like an artistic.
It talks.
Fall
It talks.
scarecrow. Okay,
Yeah, it talks. It scares people and
I mean,
laughs.
It's,
Our
it's not a
thing-
plastic Wuhan.
Our
Doormat's
a little aggressive.
No,
Yeah,
I mean, but-
I like our doormat. It says, "Sorry, we're dead." I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh, is that so that no one?
Yeah,
knocks on
Maisie
the door
doesn't
to
like
get
that.
dinner?
Maisie,
Nobody
Candy?
knocks on the door in this neighborhood anyway.
No.
Everybody sits outside. I'm blocking off part of the street.
yeah,
So
we're
like-
doing it right this year.
Yeah.
So are you guys giving out candy?
Yeah.
Okay.
And toys.
But yeah, see, remember
yeah.
we were talking about this. Andrea doesn't like giving out candy. She gives out like erasers, pop sockets.
But
no, not pop sockets.
you
Poppets.
had to eat your words last year
I
because
did.
the kids wanted that more than the candy.
They did.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
wanted.
That's what I'm
I-
saying.
one
They
kid
wanted
did
Chinese
yell-
garbage.
Yes,
I
I
will
know.
tell you.
They
I
love
was
it.
I was sitting out there half crocked with our neighbors who are great. Stu and Sue are out there, and then this kid runs up. And I kid you not, and I was bagging on this. I was like, kids don't want this. Kids don't want these erasers, all this garbage. This kid yells to the other kids down the street. He goes, "Hey, she got poppets. Hey!" They're yelling. All the kids come running down, and like within an hour, you were out of erasers. You
Right,
were
I
out
had
of-
more, and I didn't even buy.
And they left the candy. They
Yeah.
left. They were
That's
leaving
what we had
Snickers.
left.
They were leaving Three Musketeers. They were leaving Reese's. I was like, that
Why
wouldn't have
do
been me.
Why do the kids like those things so much? Like it's basically.
Oh, now this thing's going. Now it's nice and cold.
It's cold, yeah.
Yeah, look at that fog, man.
Is it the equivalent of?
It's just
what-
something
Lasts
different because
longer.
everybody else is going to give candy.
Yeah. No, but even outside of Halloween, like my sons are obsessed with those stupid poppets or what
I
are
hate
they
'em.
called?
I hate them. You know what I look at? You know what I? Okay.
They'd rather have that.
I'm gonna
than
do a hot
other
take.
real toys.
I'm going to do a hot take. When I first started seeing kids play with those, I was like, those are unfortunate kids. Like when Maisie was
No,
like,
all
oh, I
kids
love
like-
this. I was like, yeah, well, you don't have any disabilities or anything. You're fine. But doesn't it look like something you play
It's
with
for
to calm
like
yourself?
sensory play.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it looks like
I
something
don't-
you play with to calm yourself down before you start throwing your own poo-poo.
So should we be that
not
house
good.
this year that gives out like little things of beer, like
No,
keg?
no.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't
There's
give out
houses
beer. I
in
don't
here
give out
that
drugs.
gives
I don't
out
give out beer.
beer and alcohol.
Yeah,
beer and
that's for
wine.
me.
That's what you know. I mean, you get a keg. I mean, other ball Baldwin
Get a
dads.
keg. What is it, 1989? Get a keg?
No, other Baldwin dads do that. Or you
Well,
do,
they're richer than me. The surgeons
No.
that live around here, yeah, they'll get a keg.
There's a one keg, $80.
Andrea, you think Andrea going to let me buy a keg?
No, that means $80.
Yeah, but it
Do
doesn't
we
matter.
need to keep up with
She
the
doesn't-
Joneses?
Yeah, she doesn't want me to
Yeah.
have that much beer in the house because she knows I'll drink it.
Right. That guy he'll be the only one to be like, what
That ain't
keg?
for the
Oh
dads.
yeah, Daniel, you will be blacked
That's
out.
for- oh my God, you know me well. Yeah, of course I would.
You should give out those full size
This is Werewolves in London. This is one of my favorites. It does a little. If you look, it does an infographic style. They're singing the chorus now, but when it does the actual verses of Werewolves in London,
They turn
it's an
into werewolves.
infographic.
So, is this going to build? Like, you only have a certain amount
Look
of
at that
space
fog
to
clinging.
build this.
Look at that fog clinging.
You need to get rid of these bushes, by the way.
I can't.
don't-
Can't get rid of
We'd
them.
be.
Not allowed.
Well,
we're not allowed to change any of the exterior of our home because we live in like a kept place.
Yeah, for $500, I'll come back up here with my truck and then rip these out with a tow strap.
Why do you think we need to rip these out?
Well,
What?
then they can see the pumpkins
Well, no,
better.
that's what I'm
Hey,
saying.
you think
Next
Andrea's
year,
going to
I'm
let you
gonna
do that?
build it up.
Ask Andrea about the little kid that she saw that was using a hatchet to chop down a tree, and she called the. Did you call the police?
I called the HOA. And
The
then-
HOA?
She
No.
saw
I
a
don't even know
little.
and they
she
were
saw a
asked to
little
move out of the
Castleberry.
neighborhood. They
She
moved
saw-
out right
Oh my
after
God!
that.
You got him kicked out of the neighborhood.
She found a little Castleberry chopper kit. He had a little hatchet. It was hatcheting
I
down
have
a tree.
pictures on my phone.
Yeah, she took pictures of it, and then she called the HOA. It submitted the pictures, and then those people were not in the neighborhood for a month later. They were gone.
They were
You got
gone.
them evicted on the
I
street.
believe it.
God
I believe
damn.
it. She found another car out there. She found a car. I forgot to tell you guys this. On Monday of this week, there was another car out back that had trash in it. She called the police. They came and put the pink sticker on it, and they're going to tow it. They're going to tow it. She's like, she'll mess her up.
I don't need riffraff.
She,
I pay a lot of money.
yeah, she. Oh man, it's bad.
No, so yeah, I'm building this
And
up.
it's
so
bad
it'll
for
be-
me. That's what I'm
it'll
telling
be
you
higher
guys.
next year. So the bushes are fine.
You and Daniel's morning show should be Karen and Riff Raff.
Do you remember? We used to pretend to be.
Yeah, Dimitri and Susan. That was I would yell at her in
Yeah,
the
you do
supermarket.
need to raise the pumpkins up
Yeah.
because I could barely see them from the streets.
Go walk. I mean, let's
no, I
walk
mean,
out there.
there's
You
still
can
time.
see
The
them.
kids can't see them. The bushes
here,
are
walk
over
out
will.
here. Let's all walk out here and see the.
Yeah, at least for I mean, you can see my Chinese
Oh my
garbage from the end
God.
of
The
the
kids
street.
are usually out here.
From the end of the
yeah,
street.
I mean, my
See, it's good. It's a good view. See, there's the infographic.
Oh, yeah, you can see it. I mean, maybe not the little
Yeah,
kids.
Yeah. Well, I don't care about them.
Yeah. This is mostly for like older kids and adults.
This
I
is
like,
like-
the neighbors got some skeletons.
Yeah, let's walk down.
relaxing.
This is my
On some
neighbors.
chairs.
now,
We got a little bit of time left. We'll walk down and now
they got
go.
some hanging ghosts. There's a little. I mean, no offense, but they've got some. Some 10 feet decorations. All your decorations are too low.
They do have some skeletons that are very classy.
Everything's
they're
color
nice.
coordinated.
Yeah, and I believe that they pay people to do theirs. And then our neighbor has a cat whose
She has
head.
a cat.
I'm starting to
on a
notice a
swivel.
different theme. Baldwin the Castleberry.
yeah, it's a little different.
And Castleberry, it kind of looks like a Spirit Halloween just threw up on your front yard.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of different things that will eventually be broken down in 1 year.
Now we were thinking about. I'll ask you guys. We can end on this note. Where do you guys think we should put the scarecrow in the front here? Or will that detract from the pumpkins, or should we put it up on the second floor to give people something to like?
Well, I was about to say, like, you have a whole balcony. You could start incorporating 2 stories of decorations. You could put something falling from the balcony.
You know what falls from the balcony now? All of my little dog's toys. And I have to pick them all up. He tosses his toys off the balcony. We are the trashiest of the neighborhood.
You need a second fog machine to be rolling fog off the top of your balcony.
It's funny you should ask that. I mentioned that to my wife, and I got vetoed.
What? That's a second fog.
No, it's going to be so much fog. You're not going to be able to see the stuff.
No, double the fog.
I want
the
double
more
fog.
the better.
I'm with him, but
it should be.
Did you just
5.
say the mo fog, the better? Oh.
You should have 5 fog machines just
5?
spewing. Yeah, no.
Well,
You want to buy
unlimited-
that Chinese garbage for
Okay,
me?
the one I want, I didn't want to bring this to you, but like I almost used the company card for it. But right now, online, Froggy's Fog, that's the name of the company. It's a real company. You can look it up. I'm not BSing. I did all my research on this. Andrea knows when I go big, I do all the research, and you know this. Froggy's Fog. They have the one I want. Oh, Thunderstruck's playing. I got Thunderstruck on it. It has lightning that
Look,
comes
lightning
down.
right
See
there.
the lightning shoots
Right
down
here.
on the pumpkins? Hold on. See the lightning?
Yeah.
Okay, so the fog machine I wanted to get, Froggy's Fog makes it. It's a big cabinet that looks like Steve Vai or Eddie Van Halen would put his guitars in. It's a massive metal cabinet, $3,000. Has the chiller and the fog machine all self-contained, and it has enough fog for Universal Studios. Like, it has enough fog for a warehouse.
Yeah, we don't need that.
Wait,
Oh, look how good that fog looks, dude. Look at that rolling.
let's be honest, Daniel, you should take some 401k money and buy the
anything
best.
I want.
Yeah.
Because I won't be here too much longer because I'm dying. That's what I told my wife because of my hips.
Yeah. I mean, the hips are the first to
and
go.
my prostatitis is whipped crazy.
Yeah,
oh my
yeah.
God, it's crazy. And the doctor, I messaged him. I said, hey, my prostatitis is really
He
bad.
just had a baby.
Yeah,
Just borrow
He's at work.
$13,000
He's at work. Get to work, doctor.
and get the best. I mean, you could have the best
want
house
the
in
best.
Baldwin. Like,
Fog
you want
rolling
the
down.
best?
I wanted the best.
You get the $3,000 fog machine. Also, you got. I mean, for Christmas, didn't you have you got 2 pillars, or actually 4?
There's a snowman that they do a snowman.
A Christmas tree down here.
They do a
We
singing
wrap our
snowman.
pillars.
They do a singing
Yeah.
snowman that's by the same guy.
Well, you can have some Halloween pillars, and I noticed that you got some blank pillars. The windows aren't being used. I mean, so much real estate. Is,
All right, we'll keep that in
on
mind.
your home.
Get
I'm
some
saying-
cobwebs in your bushes.
No, you don't
Not
want to do
allowed.
the cobwebs
Cobwebs
anymore.
kill the animals.
They kill
Oh.
the animals and the birds.
Don't tell Crystal that.
Kill the birds.
Haven't you
Yeah,
seen
they
all the
get it.
on
Have
Next
you seen
Door?
the memes?
You haven't seen that on Next Door about
No.
how the
Dead
cobwebs?
birds that get caught in the
Yeah,
cobwebs.
birds get caught in the cobwebs.
There's no rules like that in Casimir. The birds are all cobweb crazy. They're
also-
flying around with trailing cobwebs.
Nobody on Next Door liked my joke when somebody put a picture of a dead bird,
in that stuff.
in the thing,
Yeah.
and under the Next Door post I wrote, "That's pretty spooky," and nobody liked my joke. Nobody liked
free
my joke.
decoration.
Yeah, I was like,
Here's some dead birds mixed in your
that's
cobwebs.
authentic, right? I mean, that's the real stuff.
I mean, one bird got caught up in some cobwebs, and
And it was like a pretty one. It was like a cardinal
Blue
or
jay,
something.
yeah.
and they found the only picture of that bird, and then started spreading it around. All right,
Are we heading to Castleberry?
I
Oh,
feel
man, that's spooky enough.
because now I am a little embarrassed because this does look like a Pinterest,
It's a little, yeah.
Martha Stewart.
It's got a vibe.
Yeah. Like
it's
all your,
congruent.
everything is covered with
Scrim.
scrim, and then the blankets,
Burlap.
and you can't even see the projector because it looks professional.
Well,
wait till
thank
see
you.
mine.
I
Wait till you see
appreciate
it.
that. I mean, after I abuse you with a fart, what a kind man. I'm glad you don't hold grudges.
All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back with more Tom and Dan 2023 Halloween special. Welcome back to the 2023 Tom and Dan Halloween special. And now we are on my front yard, and we'll go through my Halloween decorations.
Okay, sounds great.
So, as you can see, I never took down the Ninja Warrior course from Christmas.
I'd also like to point out immediately, as we've started this, that Tom is already in a more serious get-to-work scenario. He's like, we're here
As you
are
can
my
see.
decorations, number 1. Why are you so serious about it, man?
So, we decided to hang Halloween decorations off of it.
I love
because
it.
It's the only.
Oh, you might as well.
I
right?
love it. It's the most fun
The kids-
thing you've done.
the
You
kids
seem
don't use
angry.
it.
You seem angry with it.
Well, I'm angry only because when we did buy this, Crystal bought it, and she's like, "We're gonna put it in between our 2 trees in the front yard,
Yeah.
and the kids will be playing in it all the time." And I did say, I was like, "I don't know about that.
We're going to have to peel them off of it.
And
Yeah.
they've never played on it.
Okay.
Well, Christmas morning they did a little bit, and then they
Long enough to know they didn't like it.
yeah, they fell in the roots a couple times. They don't have no upper body strength.
Okay,
so it's impossible for them to get from one thing to the other because it takes like a ninja warrior.
It's just a
to do that.
clothesline for children.
Like, I can't even do that. My hands are they're not strong enough to go from one thing to the other.
Well, one of the things that I was going to compliment you on, because, I'm sorry again about the fart thing I did earlier, but I was going to say your front yard, dude, you got grass. For the first time ever, I don't even see the roots.
You got
I
the
see
green meadow.
It looks really,
Yeah.
really nice,
I
man.
pay a lot of money for that.
Yeah, it
I have
looks
to,
like
I have
it.
to pay a company to fertilize
lush.
it. I get my yard guy over here all the time. I'm throwing an insane amount of
Did
money.
you put in these rubber
Yeah.
bumpers. Looks great.
The
I love it.
barrier.
Yeah.
That was to keep because my yard is slowly falling into the sidewalk.
Okay.
So and I had to add so much sod to put the grass because it was all just
Well,
roots.
it's because all of Castleberry is barren earth, and any grass is literally just floating on top of the barren earth.
Yeah, I had to add so much soil.
Yeah, it does look like a hill now. in the front.
It was one truckload at a time from Six Flags. Wow. I had to go get a truckload of soil. And
Oh, I remember this. Yeah, you would do it daily.
And then I shoveled it into my front yard. Anyway.
A couple of your cardboard signs have come out of the
Oh, wait,
ground.
don't talk about
I
those.
think
Are his
the
Trump
roots
signs.
push those
Don't worry
up.
about those.
The wind has blown over a lot of my decorations,
okay.
and then I slowly gave up trying to put it back up, including there used to be a graveyard, what is that called? Tombstone.
There is a tombstone.
No, that was attached behind.
Behind the zombie
The zombie
van.
getting out of the grass
I
here.
believe this is Zombo.
Yeah,
Zombo.
that's what my
Zombo the
son's-
zombie.
Yeah, there used to be a gravestone that.
Now it's just a stick.
Well, I used Flex Seal to.
Flex Seal.
That's the Castleberry way. Oh my God, the iguana just ran out of Zombo. That's the biggest lizard I've ever seen.
So I used Flex Seal to glue because the dams. The
You
spikes,
idiot! Flex seals to make boats out of.
Well, it disintegrated the styrofoam.
Too strong. Flex seal's too strong.
Oh, you melted it.
And then it melted it on there, and then the wind blew it away. so now I just have the stick that I glued it onto.
All right, fair enough.
So I
you have
just left it there.
You have these little paper fences.
Fences are weird.
Well, that's what it started with.
Yeah.
You don't understand. Every year, it started with Zombo.
This
and
really is our personalities in it, right? Like when you look at my installation and look at
this
Tom's
chaos.
installation, is it not though who we are, Sam?
yeah.
It's exactly who we are.
And so, if you notice,
Oh, what happened to the rope?
Yeah, you got a limp spider web. Well, it used to be. I remember when you made this; it was super tight and stretched out.
Well, the stake got pulled out by the wind, and then I
By
lost
the
You and the wind here.
What kind of winds do you guys get here?
and I lost the stake, so now I can't. I have to get a new stake.
Okay.
But the spider web is homemade. I
like it.
It started off.
How'd you tie those knots? That must have taken weeks.
There's zip ties.
Smart.
But the spider web started off as a Christmas tree first, and then we decided to use it as. Actually, was it a spider web first? Then we turned it into a Christmas tree.
I think it was spider web first, then Christmas tree.
Yeah. Then we decided the damn lights were too much of a pain in the ass to put on and off the spider web, so we just no more Christmas tree.
Okay.
So then
I'm seeing a theme of laziness happening here.
I mean, a lot of your stuff, I will say, a lot of it just looks like you just kind of tossed it around or it fell down and you
And
just
then you're like,
left it.
good enough.
well, it's supposed to be spooky.
I mean, is it
There's
supposed to
nothing
be
spooky about Pinterest, Martha Stewart. Everything looks perfect.
I wasn't attacking yours, but okay, that's fine. That's
No,
fine.
I'm just saying that it's supposed to be like broken down,
You're like,
spooky.
oh, this
It is broken down. It is.
you know,
broken
Guys,
down.
we're going to the lair of the lazy spider.
The Texas Chainsaw Massacre's house was a junkyard. You know
Okay,
what I'm saying? Like,
fair enough.
That's more scary than it's like you walk into a Martha
right.
Stewart showpiece.
Yeah, he's right. He's absolutely right. Mine's more cute. This is more terrifying. Oh my God, you have Lucy Liu sitting on a. Is that an Asian woman?
Well, this is new.
She has no ass.
She's-
Oh,
one
our
ass cheek.
skeleton fell. God damn it.
Oh, no.
Hold on, you got to come over here, Sam. He's mad.
No, this has been
One of your
breaking
hooks
off
broke.
all-
That's
yeah,
right there, right there.
Yeah, it's been breaking off all week.
One of your plastic
So
meat
everything
hooks.
you have has been breaking.
Right.
Okay.
On brand.
Well, the Wuhan plastic.
Oh, we got. Okay, there we go.
So
Skeleton. Okay, then we have a.
the boys. They get to pick
I
out
like
one
this one.
decoration each year, and I think Max
This
picked
is
out.
a small Asian woman.
Yeah, the small Asian ghost
On a
woman
swing.
Hey,
on
why
a
don't
swing.
why don't you
That's a good
round her?
wig.
Why don't you round her out a little bit? Put one of your wife's big coners in there and give her some tees. This doll has no tees and no ass. This doesn't even look.
Stuff a pumpkin in
it's
there.
Asian.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Anyway, so
The funny thing about this actual prop is if you start kissing this prop, it'll go and be very upset.
now my next door neighbor did stop and tell me that it scares the hell out of him every time he goes to work in the morning.
right, good. Good
So he
job.
gets in his work truck and he's like, "No,
God damn Asians.
So I wanted to hang this from the Ninja Warrior course, but Crystal...
Well, that's absolutely racist if you hang the Asian doll from the Ninja Warrior
She's
course.
like, we got to hang it from the branch from our oak tree, so it's next to the sidewalk. And I was like, too much work. And then she stood out here throwing a rock with a rope attached around it. So she, the old MacGyver.
Yeah.
Sing!
She goes the extra mile.
And then she threw it over there and hoisted it up, and then now it sits by the sidewalk.
Also, you mentioned MacGyver, and I mentioned this earlier in the week, but my favorite new meme is the picture of the guy who played MacGyver broken down on the side of the road, and he can't fix his car. It's my favorite new meme.
So, besides from the spider web...
Hey, I like it so far, man. I love the
swinging
Asian
ghost.
The Asian little girl Asian ghost is very spooky. Zombo is great.
There are the... zombie body parts on a rope that I use to hang on my Ninja Warrior course.
I noticed you use a lot of zip ties. Lots of zip ties. Tons.
So there's 2 feet and then a zombie torso
Okay.
hanging here. Which is a little bit...
It's aggressive.
The
zombie face is aggressive.
Yeah.
The zombie face reminds me of somebody.
Yeah. Again,
Jim Colbert. There, take that. Same head. Same liver spot, same head. When you get old, your head starts to turn brown.
So, this other, which we call the pumpkin ghost, is hanging underneath the staghorn.
This is 2 rusty nails just at the bottom of your sign.
Sam couldn't stand it, so she picked up one of your broken sides and stuffed it back in.
So the pumpkin ghost is hanging from the stag.
There's really no
barely
rhyme or
see
reason
him
for anything.
under the stag.
None of this.
And he's holding a little baby skeleton.
Yeah,
what does this
nothing
mean?
makes sense
That
here.
was just
It's like
smooth.
this is like walking into a hoarder's house outside and then seeing some grandma. It's got some teddy bears, like some old doll holding a teddy bear that you put a hat on it, that you stuff a sandwich on
I
it.
told you it's a mishmash.
It is.
Yeah,
This is
this
big.
is-
And then we add-
it's the monster mosh.
We add to the mishmash every year.
Yeah.
And then
Your signs are all sun beaten.
behind the pumpkin
Behind?
ghost.
Why behind?
We have
What is this? Just
It's like your
tool.
wife's old wedding dress.
It is my wife's old wedding dress.
Would you just air this out because it
But
stinks?
this is the Drunky the Bear from one of the numerous Drunky the Bear weddings. I think.
So what is the wedding dress nailed to a tree supposed to do?
Well, we had it, and Crystal said that in the 80s, her mom used to use one of her old wedding dresses as a ghost. She
Ghost of failed marriages.
so it's basically just the bottom of a wedding dress nailed to the tree.
This is the most
But what is this
ghetto.
supposed to do?
It's a ghost.
That is
But it's behind the tree.
Yeah, because it's the only place I have to pick it up nail.
No, nail it to the front of the tree so
yeah.
people can see it. You
But-
don't
Hang
nail
it from the Ninja Warrior.
Yeah, why
thing.
would you put it behind the tree?
Because it's once
Put it on your inflatable tree.
Here's the thing: once we put something and in its place the first year,
It's
we
done.
can't move it.
Okay, all right.
And then
all right.
so every year we just get out and put it in the same place. It probably could go in a better place, but
Well, but you couldn't see it. That's my point. Is we were standing in front of the tree, you couldn't see
Yeah,
the.
but when the wind blows, it's like, what is that? Is that a ghost behind the tree?
Just a lady getting married. No big deal.
I used to have lights, but I somehow lost them. I
right.
couldn't
Cool.
find them.
Are we allowed to be walking on the meadow? Because it is lush.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I used to just use ryegrass, but now I got some sweet St. Augustine.
Yeah, the St. Augustine's the where to go. It's tough.
And then my one inflatable, the spooky tree.
I like the spooky tree.
It sits on all day long.
You say that, but I did see you pull it out from behind a lawn chair.
Well-
yeah, you're lying. Oh my God, you caught him in a lie,
Yeah, I
like
did,
right
yeah.
now at the end of the
Why
show.
do I always lie? A trick of the spider.
That was a
Even
trigger
the
from far
and
away.
then, you know what? He says, "I always lie," and then the spider goes, "He's right."
He's right.
So
I
yeah,
know.
the spider
Oh, that
is
spider got me good.
Yeah, that spider's good,
the
dude.
jumping spider. That was the other thing we picked
What
out
is this
this year.
portrait of a ghost in
Oh,
a chair?
Well, melting.
Well, that again is part of the mishmash. They're sitting in the bottom of the Halloween
at
box.
least put it on the
like
side
a
of the
wall
house
or something.
Yeah, we just put it on the chair.
Just throw it on the chair,
Yeah. I mean, we leaned it up against the back of the chair.
That makes zero sense.
and then so it's got leaves and dirt all over
And then
it.
so Halloween night is when we take out the French witch, and it sits right in front of my door with a bowl of candy.
Well, she should be in the chair.
It's already sitting on a chair.
Y'all don't make no damn sense.
It's a fixed paper mache.
The spider's fantastic.
Yeah.
Holy crap! It's good.
So this year we're going to put the jumping spider next to the French witch, so we can get it all on the Ring doorbell camera.
It's loud too. That's good audio on that thing.
Now I put my scuba diving weights in the back to hold it down.
Yeah, some would say you're MacGyver of Halloween decorations.
And then the spider web is supposed to cover all the plastic mechanism, but that blew off too.
Not enough webs. Oh, got me again.
Yeah. And by the way, you have to leave it off because it'll just continuously go off nonstop.
The wind is like blowing
It'll never stop.
Yeah. And that's what
we'll step back over here we won't.
The
bother.
pumpkin ghost was also in makes noise, and Zombo made noise. But
What happened?
Battery's dead.
Yeah, the batteries.
Well, put batteries in.
Well, I left the batteries in one year.
Once they're there, he doesn't mess with them.
Did you leave Did you let them get rained on?
Oh yes, and they turned into like acid dust, like blue. Like, turn
blue white acid dust.
Yeah, like blue white acid dust basically corroded the whole inside, so they'll never work again. So that's my Halloween decorations.
Okay,
interesting.
Yeah. Wow. And I feel like if we were going to rate Daniel's and mine, mine's a little bit better.
Okay, all right.
Right, Sam? I mean, you saw them both. I mean, what's more fun? Daniel had the corporate.
I don't want to make
Martha Stewart.
Can I tell you something that I just witnessed? Your neighbor literally just gunned it, backing out of back through his own driveway to get out of here.
Oh, yeah.
Is that what he normally does?
Well, he's mad because you parked in my driveway, and that's too close to his driveway. That's a thing now.
He just rocket backed out through his own grass. He didn't need to do that.
So anyway,
right.
And I guess we'll continue to add on to this until one day my sons don't care anymore because all they care
Looks
about.
like they don't care now.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of thought put into any
Why
of
don't you
this.
tell
Or the D
them
word.
as a challenge? Why don't you tell them this afternoon, like, hey, head out. And I want you guys to go out there and straighten everything up, make sure everything looks good. And
They never mention like when the tombstone blew away. They never like, hey, where's that go?
Well, you didn't notice either. Don't act like you knew it.
Well, they're my sons.
Yeah, like I know. Oh my
God, the
got me
spider
again.
got me.
All right.
Yeah.
Should
Anyway,
we get out of here?
Let's get out of here.
Hey guys, happy Halloween from all of us here at T&D Media and a mediocre time and a corporate time with Tom and Dan. We appreciate you, and we hope you have a very fun and safe Halloween tonight.
Look out for kids when you're driving around, especially when you're drunk. That'll be a lot of years in jail.
And then remember, if you're with your kid and you're drunk, do not drive. Have your child drive you home.
Yeah. All right, bye-bye. Welcome back to A Corporate Time. So it was Halloween night last night, obviously.
Spooky.
What'd you do, Sam? Did you just hang out?
I had a sensible salad, and I unplugged all my lights.
And did anybody even knock on the door?
Salad. What was in your salad?
Didn't even have any candy.
What was in your salad?
Just a chicken salad.
No croutons in there? No bacon bits? Nothing spicy because it was Halloween? I
ate like trash over the weekend, so I gotta get healthy.
Okay.
Pizza and hot dogs.
She's been punk rocking, so when she went to Fest, you probably were eating like junk food.
Garbage.
And,
I'd make the argument that
Halloween, you got to party though. You got to eat something crappy.
that it adds to your life's fun to give out a couple pieces of candy to some neighbor kids.
Oh, are you going to give Sam the whole spiel? You get Tony Rage. He shamed Tony Rage on Monday into create. Then Tony Rage felt so bad after Tom said, "Come on, what are you, dumb old man? Do some candy for the kids. It'll make it's good for your soul." I think you were saying that.
I
Tom
call him
was like chicken soup. You were saying it was like chicken soup for your soul.
No, I
and he's like
I'd
good for
never
it.
say
And
that.
then Tony created like a sign that said, "This sector has been infected. Please take one piece of candy and leave more candy for the other survivors." And he stood out there with a baseball bat like a zombie killer with blood all over him. And it's like you shamed him into doing that, and he was miserable the whole time.
No, it made his life better.
I don't know.
Because
Did you hand out candy?
we did before we went trick-or-treating.
Yeah, that's all I did. I'm the candy guy. Somebody's got to man the house while Maisie makes a loop.
But then, because I look at it like, all right, some kids come to here. I understand if you live in like Baldwin Park and it's going to be a never-ending line.
It never stops.
You'd have to be out there for 5 hours straight.
do.
Like I understand that's a commitment.
I did notice that well, finish your point, and I'll tell you what.
My point is that it doesn't make you a little bit happy. Like someone rings a doorbell.
I like it.
You buy a tiny little bag of Snickers. One, is like $3.99, and then. and then you give
I
out
like
some one piece to some kids.
I can
and they
also
say,
see
"Thank
not
you."
doing it. I can see both sides, but I very much enjoy it. But I got it in my blood.
It's the only time of year you could do that.
My
it's
dad
like, all
loved
right, I'm getting a taste of the holiday.
It was my dad's favorite holiday. He loved giving all the kids the candies.
So
he loved it. Absolutely loved it.
What's wrong? I want you guys next year. I want you guys to try it.
Are you going to give her a budget? Are you going to budget it in for
I want
her?
to talk to Travis about this.
He's worse than me.
I don't know if you want to open that door.
I don't
know if you want to open that door.
Because I could come to him and be like, listen, I'm like you. I'm grumpy. I don't like fun.
Maybe when we do our annual Halloween show in the Semantic Studio, you can question, you could ask them then, and then maybe even bring a bag of candy as a sign of goodwill. Say, here's a starter bag from the Van Family Archives.
I just want them to try it to see.
You don't know if they haven't tried it.
Have you tried it? Do you know that maybe that you would like it?
Have you done the chicken soup for yourself?
I don't know if you realize that Trav and I aren't exactly fans of kids.
Yeah. They're not the kid guys.
But
Plus, there's not really kids in our neighborhood. We'd buy a bunch of candy and then maybe get one trick-or-treater.
No, but just that one, though.
Yeah.
It's just one.
That
you get a taste.
Good for your soul.
It's just like you do the thing. You're like, all right, we did
it's like
thing.
taking one spoon of the chicken soup and you're...
And they say thank you, and you're like, all right, it's a thing that a lot of people do. So there's a reason why a lot of people really enjoy giving out candy. Like
a lot of pedophiles,
weirdos,
no, weirdos,
creeps, chock full of creeps.
Why do you guys want kids knocking on your door? That's weird.
But it's not even now.
You stand on the grass.
God, I got to sit outside.
Yeah.
Well,
it is hot. It's
that's
very
a commitment.
Hot.
That's a commitment. I understand.
And if you're in a costume like I was, Andrea cheaped out. I could give you the business on what Andrea did. Andrea looked like just a drunk mom. She had a pumpkin head beer shirt, tiny black shorts on, and a witch hat. I was like, that is not cutting it.
No.
A witch hat. I had to beg her to put the witch hat on. She wasn't going to dress up.
Me and Crystal didn't dress up at all.
Oh, my God. You got to dress up.
You're the one talking about having fun.
You got to dress up.
And you didn't even dress up.
If you're going to hand out candy, you got to dress up.
I dressed up for 3 days in a row.
No. Well,
the person handing the candy should be dressed up. That's the way it works.
We didn't hand out candy. We left. Well,
you opened up saying you did.
No. Well, a trick or treater came. It was still light as hell outside.
Yeah, we got to stop that. We got to stop that too. 5:30 is too early.
Well, they're the little kids that come out real early. But anyway, some little kid came to our house and we gave him some candy. But we set up our French witch and the table, and then we set the jumping spider up, and we caught.
I love the jumping spider.
We got two. We made one kid cry.
Yes,
and then we scared some, which looked like a 17-year-old girl.
Okay.
A female thugster. And
that spider is scary, man.
Then there was a bunch of people that didn't set off the jumping spider, and there was a bunch of kids around. We and Crystal watched these videos last night. Before we went to bed, and we were scrolling through all the different, because we set up the French witch and the table of candy and the jumping spider next to our Ring doorbell.
Yeah, okay.
So everybody who came up, we got the video, and we only got two scares. Right?
That sucks.
And the rest, the jumping spider.
Maybe you need to change its position a little bit, because that's a grade A quality jumping spider.
Then my sprinklers went off this morning, and
it ruined the spider. Rusted crazy.
It sprayed
got that wonderful Castleberry rust water, rusted him good.
You're a ring girl.
I left the table and the tablecloth and everything outside, and it started going off. So it was spraying the inside of the tablecloth. It was underneath the table, the sprinkler.
God. Is that the Tom and Dan tablecloth?
It sprayed all the jumping spiders. Ruined everything.
All ruined.
Anyway, next year, Sam, you and Travis have to try it twice. 2 candies. And I'm telling you, it increases your joy of Halloween.
I do enjoy
just a tiny bit. I mean, it's that or nothing, and I feel like you at least experience it a little bit.
Okay. All right. Maybe you can break. I contend they're not going to do it unless you bring them a starter bag. You got to give them a starter bag.
No. I mean, I'll give you. It's not about the candy.
Because if they get the bug.
What's it about?
I don't know. If you get the bug, it gets expensive.
It's a
chicken soup for the soul. He said that. It's the chicken soup. It's to give you the meaning of
you're participating.
It's the meaning of
chicken
Christmas.
salad.
It's participating into the holiday.
Yeah, it's the
I
meaning
do participate. I go to Fest every year. I dress up.
Yeah, no,
She
but
does dress up more than you do.
no, I know, I understand. Like I
I
didn't
plan
dress up
my
at all.
costumes a year in advance.
But it's you give out a couple pieces of candy, you're like, I did a thing.
You're just asking for her to try it.
Yeah,
No
yeah,
judgment.
yeah.
Try the chicken soup. See if it warms your soul.
I feel like it's going to help you more than I feel like you're missing out because you're like, why am I going to do this? But until
Are you thinking that this might teach her that that not every person that comes through her door is a murderer? Is that what you're hoping to do?
No, she'll still think that. This is not about
a trap.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just about
It's just now they're just murderers with candy.
why
Yeah.
not? like
Why? When I could just sit on my couch
Yeah,
and
well,
relax
but-
after a 3-day weekend
Yeah,
of
she's pretty tired.
craziness.
Well, I mean, it's not that much work to walk to your door and
I'd have
hand
to
out a
see the
piece of
candy
candy.
you
My
give out.
legs hurt so bad.
I
You know
gotta
how much
see
walking I've done?
I got to see the candy you gave out. What'd you give out?
Hey, Crystal bought a bag of Costco
Vegan candy?
No,
Yeah, I hope it's not. No, don't be
I mean,
giving out
bags
that
of vegetables.
Don't be
The
giving
brand-
out that fruit pectin.
It's
You
A lot
gotta
of people
give
were
out.
giving out potatoes this year.
Yeah, that was the big meme, and I mentioned that to people at our little, like all of our neighbors. Kind of the way we did it, everybody was kind of in a line, and Andrea got smart, and we used road cones to kind of block off the road, like where people would park in front of our home. So and then apparently all of the neighbors thought I think I pissed off my neighbors. Like I almost pissed off my neighbors because every time they would look out, they would see the road cones, and then I did caution tape from the trees through both parking spaces in front of my home, right? And the neighbors would look out, and they were like, who the hell's doing that? How are we going to do our Halloween? They didn't know it was me. They kept looking like Stu and Sue were like, we're going to go tear all that down. Like, no, it was like me. Like, I should have communicated with them. Like I should have told them, like, hey, this is me. I'm taking this for us, for you guys, So this year we'd never had it before, but it made it so much better to have like the area of concrete to put all our candy and stuff. And then May came up with a nice system of like we had a big candy barrel and then we had a toy barrel with the Pop-Its and all the little plastic cheap Chinese garbage erasers and stuff that I hate. Here's one.
How many people came through Baldwin last
Here's
night?
one. It's a little toilet with a turd in it. This is some of the garbage you could have gotten at my Halloween stop. I would estimate thousands. I couldn't even tell
I mean, an endless
you.
stream of humanity. Right?
At one point,
How late were they out?
well, we weren't out that late because we underestimated, and we were out of candy at 8:30.
Wow.
And I mean, like, I was giving away. Maisie was even like going through her candy and picking the stuff she didn't like and putting in people's buckets. We were like, we still got some. We were trying to limp along because we were having fun. May gets to stay up late. She was having a good time. But I don't know, man. Maybe past my house. I think I could accurately hit it, and maybe be under if I said 8,000, 10,000.
An insane amount of people.
Yeah, if I said 10,000 people walked past my house. Yeah, I think that's probably accurate because everything was shut down and people were walking crazy. There was one time at 8:30 when we got done and we had to agree as neighbors to stop because we were all running out of candy, so we rationed it among if you were a kid, you didn't have one person there, it would end the street. We're like, once one goes in, we got to all go in because it's like they're like zombies. So we gave out all our candy, and then we looked at our neighbors, all the neighbors, and we're like, we got to hit it. So we left the pumpkins on for a little bit, and
I know that it's it was slowly changing to a more a neighborhood party.
Yeah, candy shoots are still down here. A lot of candy shoots are still operational in Baldwin.
What do you mean?
It was funny that the candy shoots that were used 4 years ago, 3 years ago for the pandemic, whatever, people are still doing it.
Yeah, because that's a fun way.
Yeah, it is fun
to distribute. The kids put their bags under there, and you put the candy. A couple I feel like Halloween out of all the holidays benefited from the pandemic because it caused I remember trick or treating in 2020. And 21, and everybody was just, instead of going everybody didn't know what the knock on people's doors or whatever, so everybody moved out to the driveway.
Yeah.
And I feel like then once everybody did that, they were like, oh, this is better.
Yeah.
I'll just sit out my driveway, and then all my neighbors will sit out, and then we'll all participate in this big block party.
Yeah, it is better.
And then what happened is everybody started barbecue and all play music.
That does not happen in my
It
neighborhood.
eliminates Sam hates though too, the ringing of the doorbell, the not the coming. No, there's none of that because you don't get to my door. In fact, Andrea had caution tape all.
No one really goes up to the doors.
We were out front just kind of hanging. The barbecue idea I might do next year. I might actually get my smoker out.
Oh, hand out hot dogs.
Do a little hot dogs, pulled pork sandwiches or something, man. That'd be awesome.
And then for the kid, like this year, I felt like it was the easiest year for us. And like even my sons, they agreed this morning when I was taking them to school. They're like, I think that was the best Halloween we've ever had.
It was a good one, yeah.
And
it was.
And there's like, we left the house, we went down to Domrick, the rich side of our neighborhood, and there's like 5 different streets that all do like block party type of deal.
Yeah, and you just walk the party.
And so we went around to like 3 different blocks, and on each block, it almost seemed like every other house or every house was participating. Like every house had a driveway of people,
right.
And then they just went back and forth. They got 3 pounds of candy and fast. You know what I'm saying? And we didn't have to walk that much. We did a loop around the neighborhood. The kids were like satisfied. Like, all right. Then they like to go back and trade the candy with Becca, their niece.
Yeah.
And,
you trade it, you count it, you sort it, you play with it, you eat some.
And then we went back to our house and then called it a night. And then it was like they were trading candy. It was like it was pretty easy, and it was all because it was all in one place, like in and out.
Yeah.
Everybody, like we didn't have to go around and start searching the who's participating.
Yeah.
It's everybody's there.
Yeah, we get everybody too, like every type of person.
Yeah.
Pardon me. So the people watching is fantastic.
And it's almost better this way for everybody because the neighborhoods that are not really participating, that don't have that many kids, stay kind of silent. Like I saw a bunch of posts. I heard Sam this morning say like a lot of people said they didn't see anybody. Yeah. It's because everybody goes to who's participating. Yeah. Which is a better system.
It is a better system.
It's like don't just go.
Because also it's better for like if Sam wants it to be quiet, the only way to guarantee that it's going to be quiet is to you have to respect the integrity of the system we're creating here.
Yeah. All the kids in your neighborhood are going to the neighborhood that's participating.
And they should. Yeah. And they should because that's the only way to keep it quiet for Sam. Like,
it's better for everyone.
The guy across the street from me came over. I was telling Sam about there's this gentleman that built a costume for his daughter. I'd never seen anything like it, but it was awesome. He built like a steam shovel. Like he just took a box, he put a broomstick through it and made like handles, and then he put it on a rope. And then so she had like a crane that she could lower her basket down and then crank it back up. She's little. It was so cute. But he was like, hey, I'm your neighbor. And we're like, we know him. We're like, yeah. He was like, we don't get any trick-or-treaters on our side. Because the way that the street is angled, people just go past his particular area, right? So we're like, well, next year just come with us. Bring your candy. We'll just give it all away here.
Yeah.
There's no need for you to
try to divert the
come to
flow.
You're right about your
go
system.
to where they're
it's better for everybody because your neighbors might want to keep it quiet too.
Also, like often in life, I look, you know how we constantly talk about when we grew up as kids, like we had to work harder for a lot of things, right?
Yeah.
And then nowadays the kids don't have to work as hard.
I had to walk up to the doorbell.
Yeah. And then
I got to ride my bike though, so that was pretty cool.
In most things, I'm like, oh, the kids nowadays they're not working as hard as they should be. That it'll be good for them, right? But with Halloween, I'm the opposite. I'm like, I like the new system of ease. Like
it's better for everybody.
It's better for you, right?
Yeah. It is better for mom and dad because the walking part for mom and dad is crap.
But it's better for the kid because, like, if you look back at how much waste of time it was in the 90s and 80s going from house to house, and then, every third house, there was some grumpy old person. There was like, what are you doing here? Like, you're confused.
No, but I mean, like, it shouldn't even get that far based on his system, right? Like, you should be left alone.
And then, so now we have a system.
Well, the sign is there's no lights on, right? That means you're not participating.
But some people
that wasn't a thing back in the day.
Yeah, back in my day.
It wasn't my day.
Was it?
Back in my day, it was like you always had that one kid that was like, well, maybe the bulb's burned out. Like they're like, let's try anyway.
Yeah.
Or maybe like,
or God forbid they're looking through your windows and they're like, I see somebody in there. It's
I can see you.
God, I hate that. Yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't shame the people for hiding.
But it just makes it easier for everyone if you go to the places that are participating, and then just
also, if you don't get them at your house and you want to give out candy, go to somebody else's house and do it. It's just easier for you.
Yeah.
Turn your lights off, go to a place that's populated, and that way at least your candy will be taken.
I saw people like in their, and by the way, there's more golf carts than ever, and that's a
Too many kids riding them, though, if you want my old man spin on it. Golf carts, we got the golf carts, but it's all 16-year-olds with broccoli hair driving them around here.
But I
hate them so much. Oh, I hate the broccolis.
I saw people from different neighborhoods driving their golf carts over to this neighborhood and just sitting on their golf cart and handing out candy to people walking by.
Yeah.
So like now you don't even.
So now we're just gonna have the candy come to us. You stay in your house. You stay in your house and have other houses drive their golf cart. Hold on, you might be onto something. Reverse trick or treating.
But it's like, okay, well, because they understood.
It's treat or tricking.
All right, these blocks are there's the most people. So instead of like giving out candy a couple blocks away where there's not as many, I'm gonna just drive to.
We should just shoot the candy into the poor neighborhood.
It makes sense.
Just like fire it into the neighborhood.
Anyway, so it seems like society's figured out a pretty good way to participate in Halloween, and I'm
I like the spirit. This guy likes fun. This guy likes
only on Halloween though.
But it's efficient.
No, he's in holiday season. I have a feeling you're going to see a totally different Tom.
I don't even like.
If you walk in here in November with a pilgrim hat on, there's something wrong with you.
I'm just saying, like,
when's the last time he's ever suggested us do something fun to make our lives better? Chicken soup for the soul.
I don't know that he has.
He's never done this.
Because it's a.
You got laid last night or something?
No, I didn't.
But it's awfully positive.
No, I'm just saying.
Very positive man.
Especially after the bank thing.
It's enough. Like it doesn't make.
I know, right?
Yeah.
All hell.
I'm sorry you brought it up.
Oh my God!
You know what? Back to Halloween, guys.
That's why we asked you to hide in the house. Like, you're not supposed to say that, Sam. He was doing so good. He was so happy.
I'm going to go ahead and link T&D Medical. I'm like, don't link that. I'm like, that's not us.
We're not a doctor.
Why are you saying
it? Like, you understand? I've told you 15 times that I don't know what that is. So don't just say we're going to go ahead and link that. I'm like,
are we going to talk about this on
Friday?
Why
are you linking it? I don't want that.
No links.
Anyway.
Because you don't get any links.
Jack links.
We'll be right
back.
back.
Jerky. Bye.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time. So EJ's here.
What's going on, guys?
We didn't expect EJ to come.
I didn't announce I was coming or anything. I had a flag for Dan. A lady that I work with went to the Falcons-Jags game in London and gave it to me. So I was
it's
like,
cool.
I definitely wanted Daniel to have it. So.
I'm a big flag guy. And in fact, I need to order a new BDM flag. When I was cleaning up my garage before I had Caliber property improvements, like do my floor, you know, I gave away my BDM flag to a BDM that didn't have one. But then I'm like, damn, I shouldn't have given away my BDM. Now I don't have one. So I need a BDM flag again, and now I have this flag. There's something cool about dads or guys in your garage on your wall having like some flags from like
an old license plates.
Yeah, license
stuff
plates,
like that,
flags. I like a good Kathy Ireland, Miller Lite poster.
Spuds McKenzie.
I want to get a Spuds McKenzie. I'm looking for all that old stuff, flat stuff, not junk. It's got to be flat to the wall so it looks nice, but I think I'm going to retro out my garage a little bit.
That sounds cool.
Yeah. So this flag's going to be my starting piece.
Thank you.
So EJ comes in, and then we're like, "Why are you here?"
Scaring the mom.
Sorry, I didn't mean. I should have let you the heads up.
I know.
Sam,
I was asking the chat. I was like, "Who's in the lobby right now?"
I will. I'm going to say something.
I'm a huge guy coming in, so it's kind of really intimidating.
And I'm going to say something, and it's not. This is not about anybody, and I agree with it. Mm-hmm. If you're just going to stop by unannounced, you're going to get on Sam's bad side. I'm just going to let you know. I'm just letting you know. You're going to do that. You're going to do that. If you choose to do that, that's on you. But the way she runs the studio, we know who's coming. We know who's going. We don't have time for people just dropping by. You're going to get...
Sorry, it's spontaneous.
You're this close to getting banned.
I know.
So EJ's like, I want to buy you guys lunch. Let's go to Gators. I'll just get you all lunch on me.
This is like when, you know what this reminds me of? Like when your dad hits you too hard.
I do kind of feel bad.
I mean, not to take it into trauma,
lately.
but I figured most Floridians could identify with this. But this is like, my dad never hit me, but he did. He went to hit me with a belt one time, to scare me. And I moved in front of the belt, he hit me, and it was like, this is what it is. This is like when your dad hits you too hard, and your dad's gonna come, hey pal, you want to go up to Cumberland Farms and get an ice cream sandwich?
Yeah,
I think he feels guilty.
Yes,
especially because the kids are giving you a hard time. Especially Daddy, you should stop betting. That kind of hurt me a little bit.
They said that?
Yeah,
I missed that.
On Monday.
So you think the only reason that EJ stopped by is because he feels a little guilty that you're having to wear the bear suit, and that was the bet?
Yeah.
Plus, Tommy and Mac back saying, why do you gamble all the time? Your wife even commented on the BDM page that she's tired of EJ trying to draw you into bets, which was really more of a commentary on you falling into the traps, or you've got an addiction you can't control.
Well, first,
I've seen Kurt Warner on the new NFL commercials, and Kurt Warner's
only
like,
bet what you can afford
only
to
bet
lose.
what you can afford, and if you don't, like, he's like telling you, oh man,
It's definitely for
do you
Tom.
need to talk to Kurt? Do you need to talk to Kurt Warner and his wife, who has a gray flat
I was
top?
going to say the same thing.
His,
Yes.
his wife has a gray flat top.
also, Kurt, is God by your side or not? Because you're telling me on one side that God's by my side, and then you're telling me that only bet what I can lose. Wait a minute. If God's by my side, why would he let me lose?
I forgot about that. You can't say that.
No, I'm just saying. Anyway, so
That's super funny.
first, EJ, you should feel guilty because you're
tearing his family apart.
You are
I'm
a
sorry.
con man. You con me. You con me into the swing bet. You
I
knew,
even said that to Sam. I feel bad
You
because I'm like,
knew
I
you
feel
could
like I
swim.
know that I know I'm doing
Yeah,
this.
you knew you were a whaleman that could swim, and you knew right from the start that you beat me the whole time.
Yeah.
And
Isn't that the whole point of betting somebody? Because
Yeah.
you think you're going to win?
I know I was
yeah,
going
but
to
when
win.
Tom loses, he can flip it on EJ and say, you're a con man.
And this also makes you weak.
It's kind of like
I'll explain.
It's kind
I
of
was
like a
going to
white
offer
man-
to go get the perm today, but
Isn't
I was going to
this-
get the haircut after it, though.
Isn't this like a white men can't jump scenario where you kind of just got hustled?
I
You
did
just
get
got,
hustled.
you just got hustled.
But it was a valuable learning experience for me. And here's
Rosie
why,
Perez in the shower, my God.
Here's
Oh,
why
yeah.
you shouldn't be so weak, and because this is a bet that I made. I'm a grown man. I understand gambling. It's one thing if you trick a special needs person into
that's
betting
what I'm
all
feeling
over
like
the
right now.
and
that thought.
and then you're like, well, he didn't know any better. I knew better. I was confident, and I lost fair and square. And now I'm, making myself a fool in
Okay.
front of other people.
Yeah.
The Moms and
Moms and
Murder
Murder podcast. That was my favorite day so far.
You know what I was
will
willing to
never
do?
business with us now. I need their listeners.
I love when you take the
Do you
bear
want
suit
to
off
know?
and talk to him.
Do you
want to
know what I was willing to do, and I thought about doing it?
What?
I thought about saying, "Oh man, something's wrong with the cameras," and giving you an out. I thought about. That's how far I go for you, brother. And I called you brother like the Hulk Hoganing you right now.
I would definitely call that as you didn't do enough broadcasting
I'm
this
Hogan
week,
holding
and you
you.
need to do
I'm
another day on Monday next week.
I am your Hogan brother, and I was willing to lie and say that the internet was messed up and turn these cameras off so you wouldn't have to wear the bear suit in front of the moms.
Yeah, because
That's how far I'd go.
The Moms and Murder podcast is gigantic, or Moms and Mysteries now. Huge, I'm talking, like giant.
Yeah, it's mega.
And I talked business with them back in the day about advertising, and
Yeah.
I was
But now you just
giving
look like
advice.
I'll help you.
You look like an effing idiot.
And
Will you
then
help me? 'Cause
all
that
that
is the person you helped
flushed down the
see the blow
toilet
up.
today.
You need to wear it.
Because now
Like,
for
what's-
sure
what's
they're in
worth-
their car like that guy's a fool.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
that guy's just a radio clown. We knew it. He was trying to con us into thinking he knew business.
Why didn't
He's obviously
you-
a radio clown.
Why didn't you just take it off, do the thing without it, and then just put it back on? And then if anybody said anything, like which is worth more to you? Like
I have to honor my bet.
I mean, like you still are technically honoring your bet.
No, if I took it off during the day,
Oh,
then
I would
Melissa would be
definitely
like,
call you on
yeah.
it.
Then you should have let me lie for you. You should have let me lie for you.
No. I
Oh,
can't
but I
lie.
came in
You'd
and
lie for
caught
us.
you doing
You'd lie
it?
for-
Oh, that would make me so
anything
happy
it takes,
too.
Whatever it takes. David Moss. I have to
Yeah,
do
but-
whatever it takes to hold this place together. And if that means lying about the internet to our listeners so you don't look like a fool in front of Mandy, and I'm forgetting the other lady's
Not letting him
name.
off the hook.
Melissa,
Mandy.
Yeah.
If
No,
we-
but they would have during the interview, audio only. If we didn't mention that I was wearing their bear suit, the listeners would have known. They'd have been like, "Well, he's not wearing it."
You're overthinking
They never
it now.
even
You're
mentioned it.
overthinking it.
Yeah,
You're overthinking it.
No, I know, because that's what I would say. But like, oh, they turned off the cameras. He's not wearing it.
Oh,
No,
he's
what
like
I
a
meant
cop
is-
taking his
all
dash
I
cam
would have
off.
had to have
They're
said.
not even mentioning
I mean,
it.
you could have had it right over there, and I could have just said "nice bear suit" still in the room. You got to think bigger, man. You got to get bigger
No, I
lies.
would've
We got to
known.
hold this thing together. We got to hold it together.
Anyway, this is why you're weak, EJ.
Okay.
Because you have.
Because I have empathy?
Because if you had a perm,
You are sweet. You're a sweet human.
Or, for instance, maybe the first bet that I lost, and you had to wear the FSU jersey on your Facebook, and then I would have gotten great pleasure out of Frank Gore commenting that you're a sellout. That how about I thought you bled green and orange, and then you're selling out, and then you feeling like you're stupid, like you they turn your back on all your football friends. And
Okay.
see, I would have seen that, and my heart would have grown like the Grinch because I'd be like, yes, I'd be like, look, it's happening. Exactly. So my son's being disappointed in me, and the moms are murdered now thinking I'm a radio clown. That should grow your heart.
Moms
So
are
That does.
Mom.
That
Yeah,
tells-
it's
no.
the son's thing is the one that bothers me.
It just tells
the other
me-
your
people I don't
wife,
care
your
about.
wife also thinks
you're not
she,
built
like,
for this business.
Isn't Crystal back to the enough is enough, or like I can't take it anymore? I mean, like seriously, in
she
two,
said enough's enough.
in two because of the swimming one, and then there was one other challenge that you were like did or something.
It was
that,
the bet, the goatee, the
yeah, the goatee. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
It's all-
Ruining the
It was
pictures
the
of the
goatee,
Moab thing. Yeah.
Goatee to mustache, mustache to Moab, Moab to whale wars, and then like they're
Yeah.
fighting. He's like his wife. They're sleeping in the same bed. The boys are disappointed in you.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah. Crystal's like, you're having a radio relapse.
That's the name of the episode for sure. Radio relapse.
I'm going to show up. All of my family, everybody I know is going to be sitting in a room, and they're going to be like, all right, we'll start reading the letters. You're back doing it again.
I wouldn't even
You're
write
back
one.
at
I
it.
wouldn't
looked
show
for
up.
Oreo cakesters
I would
yesterday.
show up.
Yeah.
I would enable you just like Bam. I would enable you just like Bam.
I'm like, I only have 2 white claws a day.
I had it down to 2 white claws a day.
By the way, is Bam Margera doing good?
Yeah, he's doing good.
He said he's
Yeah,
been
yeah.
sober for like a month. I
Yeah,
think.
he's been about a month and a half sober.
Oh, he's back.
He's
good.
back on Cameo. The cameos are back online if anybody wants one. That's my Bam impersonation.
I see him hanging out with like
A BDM was hanging out with him at
Yeah.
the Tampa skate park.
He's kind of hanging out with people that probably, I don't know, if you're trying to stay sober, you would hang out with, you know.
the social media rappers,
It's
right?
like, hey, I'm trying to be sober, so I'm gonna go to Riot Fest and I'm gonna get on stage with a bunch of punk bands, jump around.
Yeah.
It's perfect. It'll
It's
be good for me.
I see him like with some social media rapper, and they have like they're driving around some Bugatti or something, you know,
Yeah.
and they're on 7-Eleven. And
All things that people do that they're serious about sobriety. You're like, how do I stay sober? I do donuts in a Bentley.
Yeah. I mean, what's the over/under on him going back into alcohol? Right? I mean,
100%. 100%.
Is this a DeMar Hamlin scenario again?
Yeah.
minus
Oh, no.
one?
You gotta stop betting, man.
minus 2,000, right? Like,
Can you bet on it? Can you bet on his sobriety?
Oh yeah.
like
I bet you could.
it's like minus 2,000. It doesn't work out, right? Like he goes back to drinking.
Well, like I haven't seen. I here's what I'm saying. I'm making a lot of stupid jokes. I've heard that he's been about sober for about a month and a half, but I don't see like. I'm not hearing him say anything about like I'm doing this because of X or I want to see my kiddo or like you know what I mean? Like it's not the normal. It's just okay. Well, I wish you the best.
Real quick, one sports thing that I want to talk to EJ
God.
about is that, and I thought about betting our Cameo money this weekend and
How much do we have?
starting.
Oh.
I think we had like $250.
Oh my
starting
God! I
early.
haven't checked it in a while. I think I let a couple laps.
Deposit that in T&D Medical.
I think
we need it. We need it bad.
I think I lost a couple. Then there were a couple of things that people wanted us to do that I'm not going to do.
Oh, no.
I'm not going to do.
Oh, is
those.
that because we said we say anything? I'll say
Yeah,
it.
there- no, it wasn't saying.
I've
things.
already ruined
Like,
it.
There wasn't saying things.
I'm going straight
It
radio
wasn't saying
relapse.
things. There were a couple people that wanted us to put salt on our lips and then lick it off seductively. I was like, I don't think I'm
I'll
doing
do that. I'll do that.
Okay.
no problem. So
we have $212.
and as much as it pains me to bet on this, and I have bet my personal money on it so far, but I like the Chiefs minus.
You're taking the Chiefs?
Minus 2.5, and I just think that they're better than the Dolphins. I think the line should be minus 3 on an even playing field, whatever. So like
They're both going to Germany.
yeah, they're
and
both
it's an early game. Well, here
Yeah, so I feel like on
Taylor's not going to be there.
that doesn't matter. But it's
That does matter. Look at the stats.
Look at the Dolphins. They look at their losses against the Bills and the Eagles. I watched both those games and they got annihilated. It wasn't even close. And they blow the doors off of mediocre teams. But I mean, you're playing the Chiefs. What would the Chiefs and the Bills be lined at? I was thinking the Chiefs would be minus 3 with the Bills.
Yeah.
Right now, and then so the Bills blew the Dolphins out.
Yeah,
so now
big time.
you're lining the Chiefs minus 2.5. I think it's a direct result from that last bad game that they played. Mahomes had the flu. I count that as a wash. There's no big injuries, and I just feel like, and then the Dolphins played well their last game, and I feel like
Kansas City did not.
The Dolphins are being overvalued. At least at 3, I would be like, all right, this line is right. At -2.5, I would take the Chiefs, and I did. And I'm thinking about betting all our camo money, but there's some other smart people that are like Miami in this game, though.
Go big or go home. Don't do this little piddly squad garbage. Take the 212, put it all on the line.
Yeah, but the other people like Miami in this spot, and so that's what scares me away from it. But I'm just saying, that's my side of it. What do you think, EJ?
I think I like the Chiefs there, but I would like the Dolphins as well. The problem is it's because it's a neutral site game in Germany, so you don't know which team's going to show up, which team's going to be
Anybody else stoked about that?
Up.
I'm pretty excited.
I'm excited about the 9:30 game. I'm going to go to a bar and watch it at 9:30 in the morning, which is so weird.
I'm not going to go to a bar, but I like the European games. I like them way early too. It gives me the same vibe as soccer, but it's like the pacing is better. I like it.
There's a game on when you wake up.
I love it.
That's not. You have to wait till 1.
I like being able to
but you gotta
cook
set your
my
fantasy
breakfast
draft,
while it's going. I think that's pretty fun.
By the way, you know how sick I am wanting the Dolphins to win, but betting on the Chiefs.
I know that's really rough. Yeah.
I need an intervention for that. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. Samantha, our producer, is here. Hello, Sam.
The Orlando Science Center Observatory Tours.
Nailed it.
Are coming up November 10th. That's when you could start registering for them.
Yeah, it's better to either call or email them especially if you have a big group. Like if you have a big group of people you want to take and surprise with something like this. But if you've never looked through a high-powered mega telescope, it is a mind-blowing experience. It is really, really cool.
It's a private VIP tour. So if you get like 2 families together, that's what we did last time. And
plenty of time to look through it. Everybody gets to look through it.
Yeah, and then you get a professional from the Science Center that goes with you that, gives you the education of what you're looking at.
Yeah, because you're dumb and you don't know.
No, I know. And so...
Not you. I mean like everybody in general. It's like...
If you mention Tom and Dan, you get $25 off, and that's groups at osc.org is the email address.
At osc.org.
The Sanford one is here.
Hey,
how you doing, Dom?
They're dwindling.
I think this is the first time it's only been Dom.
This is where we are
Why
now.
didn't we just say Dom for the supervillains, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm the most responsible Sanford.
Hold on, you get one of these. Yeah, look at that. You get a not tardy alarm.
I'm here because I had to go to the iFresh. That's why I'm here.
Okay. He loves the kimchi at iFresh.
I had to go to the iFresh.
Shout out to iFresh, not a sponsor. I do like the iFresh.
I told him, I said, I'm so happy.
They got everything there.
I came here. I missed this place. And
they still got the big fish in the back where you can just go back there and you can point at it and just give me a big
old carp.
It's like a big fat tuna.
Oh.
And there's a guy back there with like a Gallagher hammer just whacking his eyes out of its head.
Yeah,
that's like they treat food there like real. Like they don't. They eat it.
Right. Do you like kimchi?
I love it.
He was. You didn't. Last time he was here a month ago, he was like, I'm out.
If I showed you how much I have in my trunk right now, you'd probably think I'm crazy.
How many pounds of kimchi do you have?
At least 5.
Five pounds of kimchi?
Well, because we eat it with every meal. I don't know. We're not.
It's good for you.
It's very good.
Right? It's good for your gastrointestinal.
Yeah.
Interesting flavor though, right?
It's pungent.
It is pungent.
It goes hard.
It's almost like
slimy.
eating soda. It's crazy. Yeah, pops in your mouth, it fizzles and
it's fermented cabbage, right?
It's fermented cabbage. It's got some chili paste in there and a little bit of some a little fish flavor.
It's funny that somebody
describes it's a little
describes
fishy,
your personality. A grumpy
little fishy.
It's a little fishy cabbage that
bubbles in your mouth.
Bubbles in your mouth. That's disgusting, Dom.
Disgusting.
But it's great.
You described.
Wait, you haven't had it?
I had kimchi. And
I was going to say, because I will go to my trunk right now.
I don't want your trunk kimchi.
I got it 5 minutes ago. It's still cold. Come on.
Sam said you don't want your trunk.
Why do you think I was at the door tapping my foot? I got to get this kimchi on the refrigerator.
This guy's got to get his fix.
I just thought,
come on, man.
Kimchi.
You couldn't put it in ours.
It's good when it goes with other things and you're already eating.
No, he's addicted, dude.
It's
like me and Taco Bell
by itself.
It's like me and Taco Bell fire sauce. I can open a packet and just squirt it right into my tongue, and I'm like, it's delicious.
I mean, if you're having spaghetti and meatballs, it's awesome. Have a little kimchi on the
Yeah,
side.
he was saying that last time. He was like, every meal,
Yeah,
breakfast,
like-
lunch, dinner, a little bit of kimchi.
For my wife's salad dressing, I chopped some up finally and mixed in with the oil and vinegar.
He's
Yeah,
kimchi
it's-
crazy.
Yeah,
Out of
damn.
control.
I think, whoopsie.
So, Dom, what's
Sorry.
going on in Sanford? I know Oktoberfest.
So
right
yeah,
now, right?
I'm the one here who has to do this. This is terrific. So this weekend we have Oktoberfest. We're calling it Oktoberfest Last Call because
All right.
it's November.
Yeah. And
So we have the guys from, well, first off, the Hollerbox folks are involved with this, and of course Chef Pat, who does the joint at our restaurant.
love Chef Pat.
He is got a bunch of great food coming. We're going to have pretzel bites with cheese, smoked brat with beer, braised onions, and something like a fried apple pie.
Hell yeah.
Of course, we're going to have boots of $3 Kolsch. And we'll have boots of that until supplies run out of that. So we'll be doing, big boots and
That sounds great.
Awesome. And
good German food. And then we have a polka band coming in. We've got 2 days, Friday and Saturday. Both we have a full-on polka band with all the instruments and all the good stuff.
Love it.
and that's happening at the West End.
It's happening at the West End and West End Live in the venue.
Okay.
The band will play in the venue Friday and Saturday. Saturday, I think it's a little more early. It's during the day a little more. And then Friday is at nighttime. So.
That's awesome because I feel like now that this cold front came in,
Perfect time for
yeah,
this.
Yeah, like it just,
Yeah.
I don't know, it's
We
so
missed it a
hot
little
for
bit.
Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
Like it's just, now it's like this. I feel like you can celebrate
I
Oktoberfest.
went to some breweries around town, like to get do the Oktoberfest thing, and it is hard to do that when you're sweating.
yeah.
It doesn't feel as, but this will be perfect. Yeah,
Yeah.
this will be awesome, man.
I mean, it's going to be nice and chilly for the next 12 hours or so. Right?
Yeah.
No,
Soak it up.
the temperatures will still be
Better.
way better,
Better.
this
Better's
weekend
right. Better's right.
than last weekend or the prior week.
Good boating weather. I can't wait to get out there this week. Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know.
Oh, yeah, you got to go boating with Dom.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should do this.
Yeah, Dom is on the water now.
Where are you going? Oh, you're going out the back of your house. You're on the intercoastal
That's
now.
right. Right.
Where are you taking your boat?
We've been fishing around the Ponce Inlet and then the back, in the river and all the.
You're going to
mangroves and all
Firecracker
that.
Island?
We should go. We should do fishing all day. 5 p.m. Shark Lounge.
Well,
The old Daytona Shark Lounge. Couple of beers.
Yeah,
and
we are right in between New Smyrna and Daytona Beach, so we get the best of both.
Anybody
worlds.
remember the old Shark Lounge?
No.
No,
The roughest strippers. Holy
the
smokes.
roughest strippers.
Oh, my
right.
God. They look like sharks.
That's why it's called the
Like
Shark
real
Lounge.
sharks.
If we go-
no, that's not why. But it used to have a big shark on the outside, like an LED light, or like a what do you call that? The before LEDs.
if you take
Neon.
if you take me and Daniel fishing,
Sure.
you got to do everything for us because we don't know.
Yeah, we're like sons. Put a blanket on me.
And I
Egg
want to.
sandwich.
I want to be put on some fish. I don't because I've been tricked into this before with my buddy Dre.
Yeah.
Where he's got a social media account. He's telling me about Golden Halo, and he's like,
Yeah.
this whole thing, and then he's like, we're gonna get some.
We're not
snook.
doing it for the gram. Put me on a fish.
And then I'm standing there getting obliterated by the sun and no seams.
So then what do I start doing? I start drinking.
and then I'm catching a turtle, and then I'm
losing our lures.
not one bite, no snook.
Fishing pole falls in the water.
So-
We're going to get really stoned. And
okay,
we'll
well,
probably all just be like, "Durr, look at the water, it's pretty."
Okay.
Okay, well,
You just go out there and ride your boat around. Come on, be honest.
That's pretty much what we do.
Okay, well then just tell me that. It's like, hey, we're gonna get high.
That's fun,
and then,
too.
And,
That's
then
all
go
around.
cruising.
We're going to try to fish. That's what we try. I try to fish. That's what I try.
You catch fish. I see your
I do be
photos.
catching fish, but mostly it's just me staring at my wife in a bikini.
Yeah, that's
Good
not
stuff.
bad.
Well, I'll do that.
She won't be going on the trip with
Let's go
us.
have our 1920s
Oh, you got
song
nothing
band.
now.
Sure. Sure.
The worst part about fishing is catching nothing,
That might just be your curse.
because
Every time Tom and I've gone, we've gone 3 times. Every time.
And
I'm including
the
the
White Claw sports fishing
I'm
trip.
including the
Nothing.
White Claw. No, I'm
Oh, yeah.
including the White Claw. The other 2 trips were just solo trips, me and Tom. Then we go out with professionals on a badass boat, get nothing.
Nothing.
Because if you tell me, hey, we're going to go fishing, I get immediately excited, and then I picture where a scenario where we're catching fish, I'm holding it up, and people are taking pictures.
Yeah, you always jump to the end.
I'm doing, and then and we're measuring it, and then we're bringing some home. We're gonna
You know
cook
what we
it.
need to do is, if you really want to go fishing, we need to get my buddy Matt from the Intracoastals, the bass player from Intracoastals. The dude is a fish killer.
Oh, I've heard that before.
That's what the White Claw fishing
whenever you
That's
is.
what the
see,
White Claw told us. That's what Dre told
we
me.
went
That's
on
what
a
everybody
I think
tells
it's
me.
you, Tom. You're the one.
Whenever you see these fish that
you
are
are
the
a
size
banana on
of,
the
whenever you see these fish that are the size of Daniel that I'm holding,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
Matt, the fish arrow, he's always with me.
Big fat fish or bad hips.
See, that's what I've seen all the holds with everybody.
Well,
They
that's-
always
that's the other thing,
they,
too,
They scroll through the phone. They're like, look at last weekend.
Yeah.
Look at the weekend before.
I
It's
got a
all
ton
the-
of 'em, yeah.
And they're holding
That's
the giant
what White
fish.
Claw did.
Yeah, but then when we go, Dom, then nothing.
And then
this
they're
is
like,
this is exactly the conversation me and my wife
And
have.
then-
This is great.
and then we're
She's
out
like,
there, and then-
how come you always catch all these fish when you're with Captain
Yeah.
Matt or with Captain Steve, and then we go out and I'm just sitting here in my bikini and
yeah,
just
with
staring
the
at
White
me.
Claw fishing boat. And then they were like, we went out there, and then the guy was like, and he was a very nice man.
Yeah.
Probably still listens, but he was like, oh, I don't know what happened. There's just so much sargasm weeds out here. The fish can't see. And I'm like, oh,
It's not even their fault, Dom. It's we're the ones that are cursed.
We're the bananas.
And then, the problem is that the act of fishing without catching anything is the worst.
It's sitting. It's called sitting.
It's called baking in the sun while you try to act tough
For
putting
Samantha,
bait on your line.
Samantha was on the boat with us, and we were doing a live show from the White Claw fishing boat. And Samantha went out there, and then we realized how many miles? We were like 48 miles out or something. And
Dude, we were out there for like 8
and she had
hours.
to pee.
And you guys didn't catch
And
anything?
she didn't
Nothing.
No, not one
Nothing.
thing.
And you just didn't pee off the boat?
No.
Well, she was paranoid,
yeah.
Dom. First she's not gonna pee. She's not gonna hang her ass off the boat. Because she'll never do that in front of us, and she'll never trust that
Just
we all
do
look
it.
one way.
At my house, we just be like, all right, you look that way and go like this. And then,
No,
Yeah,
like,
well,
see-
Sam will never trust
I don't
us. Sam
trust
doesn't
these
trust
animals.
us.
Sam brought up, you would have to worry about us. Nothing was going to happen, but she did bring up a good point that these guys, we didn't know these guys, and we're just
Everybody's
jumping,
drinking. They're doing backflips off the
we're
top of
just
the boat.
jumping in off their boat, and they could have literally fired it up and,
Yes.
They're not murderers.
But I thought about it after she said
Yeah.
it.
No.
They could have pranked us and
Yeah.
I'm drowning in the damn ocean.
Yeah, I mean,
They're
it
not
would be a good
murderers.
prank where you go,
joke.
you like fire
Nobody
it up.
had a life jacket on. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my God.
You fire up and
Life
then
jacket.
you take off and you just go a couple miles away. And you come back.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
he's not bombing
that's
anymore.
a lighthearted prank. You laugh. They
Sure.
And then I had to buy a soda at the damn store just to use their bathroom.
Oh, yeah, that old lady
bitch.
was mean.
Oh, she was a bitch.
So, you city
Forgot
folk,
your
what you have to
Cheetos.
do is, you city folk, you have to get out there and enjoy nature, bro.
Yeah. Well, that's
He's been
not
doing-
what
And the
it's-
worst part about fishing is getting home and cleaning the boat when you're done. That's the worst part.
See, well, that's
Just
what,
don't clean your boat.
That's what other fishermen need to sell non-fishermen. They need to sell us on, hey, let's go out and enjoy nature. Maybe we'll catch something.
Yeah.
They sell
Don't
me
even
like,
mention fishing.
they start scrolling through their phone, showing me giant fish that they caught yesterday.
Thursday, Friday,
Yeah.
Sunday.
And then they're like, we're gonna go catch monsters the whole day. We'll be catching so much fish.
you
that
wanted the best fish?
I'll put you on a lunker.
And then, like, we may even break a world record. Listen,
Oh, my God.
They tell me this, Dom.
Yeah.
And then I get all
Our
excited.
listeners selling hard,
No,
man.
I'm just all these. My buddy Dre tells me like,
Well, Dre is
can't
a
wait.
liar.
You'll be a social media superstar when we catch the biggest snook in Florida,
Yeah.
and it's going to be you holding it anyway. And then
Oh, I
we go
love
nothing.
Snook. Snook is good.
Just stand
That's a
there.
hard fight.
And you understand how hard it is for I don't fish normally, so I have to pretend that I'm tough enough to like grab a shiner while it's alive.
I'll
try to-
I'll squeal.
And then I'm hooking it through its brain, or like don't hook its brain, only its lips, and then whatever. And then I just I'm just stabbing its face, and then get through whatever, catch a turtle, and I'm like,
mess.
I have to climb down the rocks.
You do the move where you got to put your foot on it.
I mean,
Keep it from flopping
I
around.
have to yank this turtle's intestines out.
Oh, my God.
No, I don't do that anymore. I just clip the line and let them swim away.
And then think the whole day the nightmare of this turtle living with a hook in its throat.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, better than ripping his intestines out. I'd like to give him a fighting chance.
No, there's no chance. Like, the hooks don't rust. I tell my wife that.
They
But
do. Of course they do.
Oh, after 40 years.
No,
that turtle's
they
good as
make
dead.
hooks like circle hooks, especially. Like circle hooks will either they'll come out or they'll disintegrate. Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't buy.
That's what we tell ourselves.
We buy the cheapo Miami hooks.
It's just a paper clip that's been sharpened.
Sure.
Anyway,
And they stay there
Dom, what
forever.
else is going on?
So we have Sofas and Suds coming up. You guys have any information on that, or do you need me to go through it?
I just wrote the commercial. We'll start playing these very, very soon.
So let's talk about the Beer Fest.
Booze Fest weekend.
It is
man.
Booze Fest
Booze
weekend.
Fest weekend
Yeah,
for sure.
bringing it back.
So the Beer Fest is on Saturday, November 18th. We start giving out sample cups at noon. You got the Orlando Music Syndicate. We had them last year. They'll be playing music while we give out the sample cups.
Yep.
And
You got to have a legal ID. You got to be
Yes.
21.
Yeah, and as long as you're 21, you'll get. And this year we're doing a gift bag,
Yep.
so everybody will get a gift bag with their sample cup in there and gifts.
Yeah.
So
And bring an ID. Don't bring like your passport or like. Don't do that. Don't be that guy that confuses things. Medical marijuana card. No, just bring like a regular
Yeah.
ID. Don't
do
do
all the
that.
time.
Well, I'm just trying to help out the guys at the front
absolutely.
because
It's, people are the worst.
Every time I walk up at one of our beer fests, I always like find the person that's like, well, this is
What? You mean I had to bring my
Yeah, and I'm
ID
like,
to drink?
Come on, man. Yeah, you got to do it. You got to have a regular legal ID.
and then also it's insurance reasons. Like, we know you're an old man and you're older
And you
than
look
21.
like you're an old man
It's
too,
just
bro.
the problem is if
We get it.
If it was me, I'd be like, all right, old man.
Now, the
here's
best
a
is
sample
the people
cup.
who complain about it and they're like 21 and a half years old. Oh, you mean my ID?
Oh, right.
Oh, you just turned 21 7 days ago. Shut up.
Yeah, because if you let one old man slide and then the lawyers come in later and they're like, well, did anybody witness anybody not getting ID'd? And then like someone's like, well, it's a goody two shoes. They're
Actually, you know what?
Deposition.
I'm
They're
gonna
like
let-
one old man, and they're
I'm
like, oh, guilty.
I'm going to let one old man slide. Just one.
I was saying.
Oh, I got cussed out by so many
Yeah.
old people that
I'm
year
not
I did
gonna
it.
check everybody's ID.
I'm not going to say which old man, but I will let one old man slide.
Anyway, so you get a gift bag, the sample cup. We've got over 30 different breweries, a lot of really good local breweries.
Yeah, man.
And then True Phonic goes on at 2. And
They are rock band, funk band, punk band, reggae band. Like they're just that.
Everything.
Yeah, they're an everything band.
And that's when we'll start the beer sampling. We tell everybody show up at noon, get your gift bag and sample cup, then enjoy Sanford, and then come
We're gonna
back
have a
at
lot
2.
of other interesting tents out there. Like I think the Science Center is gonna be out
Yeah.
there.
Science Center. I got Orlando Solar Bears are coming.
Yeah.
The History Center's coming.
Yeah.
So wander around and check
Nick
everything out.
Manning will be out there.
Villain is bringing like 3 different tents. They're going to be selling merch and doing
Some
their
little
Villain
coffee.
coffee.
Yeah.
And so we got a bunch of other sponsors coming out there. So
That'll be cool.
Completely free. Just show up.
I like it when you used to call it a vendor village.
There is a vendor village.
I like that. I like that. Sounds like fancy when you say like, and peruse our vendor village.
Then the next day is the Sanford Sofa Races, Sofas and Suds.
Right.
And,
I believe we still have some slots left for you to sign up to race.
yes.
Okay, so so if you want to enter a couch, there's still time.
Yeah.
Yes.
And all you need is a couch with caster wheels on there. I mean, there's stipulations. If you go on the event page at Sofa and Suds, you'll find them.
What's the events page? Do you know the website for it?
I believe
if
it's
you just look up Sofas and
on
Suds.
Facebook. Yeah, that's the event page.
And so if you want to enter, you'll find all the information there, or send me an email. I'll get it to the proper people. But I know we got a Tom and Dan couch racing this year.
What do we got going here?
What?
Is this an apron? What are we wearing here?
The bear suit?
What is that?
I've been talking.
It took him 20 minutes.
I
to say
walked in
something.
earlier and I'm
He was
like,
being good. He
What
was
the
being
hell
good. He
is
did-
going
he
on?
You just
here?
noticed now. I got to
Yes.
wear the bear suit. And
And I couldn't
lost
help
the
but
bet.
notice you shaved that ghastly mustache. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
You're back to being handsome.
Oh, that's the
Jeez.
nicest thing Dom's ever said.
I mean, come on, dude.
Hey, you just noticed I'm wearing the stupid
No,
bear suit
I was
now?
holding off, but I couldn't help it anymore.
I lost a bet, Dom.
Yeah.
And there's
He's been
this whole
losing a
thing.
lot of bets
Yeah, the
lately.
guy's got a gambling problem.
Who doesn't? Come
Yeah.
on.
Do you bet?
Oh, I have the worst. My wife tells me every day I need to knock it off.
Oh my God! God.
I'm the worst.
Tom and Dom, the gambling bros.
Yeah, gambling.
bad.
You know, I just heard the Seminole Hard Rock app is coming back
Yeah.
in like a month.
I wish they
look
would
at
hurry
this
up
guy.
and put some live roulette over there. It would be awesome.
That's what they're putting roulette and craps in December. They just started announcing it.
Look at these fees.
Yeah,
I'm
December
so screwed.
6th.
Oh, you guys get it that? You
I'm
can do it
so
after the
screwed.
fishing
I
don't
trip.
know.
These guys are going to ruin their lives.
Yeah, I love this.
So this is confirmed. In December, they're going to have live roulette there.
That's
This is-
that's confirmed through social media, and I saw people posting it. But I imagine that
God.
they know
What happened to the supervillains? Dom, his gambling addiction.
He really gambled his life away.
he was
You
like,
ever
get-
seen what's the
sold all
movie?
his drums.
What's the movie with Woody Harrelson and Bill Murray when he loses his hand? Yeah, that's going to
Tin
be me
Cup.
right
Kingpin.
there.
Kingpin.
Yeah, Kingpin.
Kingpin.
I'm going to be. That's
Is
going to be me
roulette
right
your
there, yeah.
game, Dom?
I love it. Big fan.
Wow, I've never seen him get that excited about something.
The odds are
I'm so
horrible,
bad.
though.
They're terrible, but we're so bad. Like we literally watch YouTube strategies and like,
yeah.
and like even
I used
worse.
to make a joke that I had some system of roulette, but that's the joke. There is no system.
There's no system.
But there are
That's-
guys that think they have systems.
Absolutely.
You can't though. It's
I
literally
understand, but-
mathematically impossible to
That's
have.
like I'll sit with what do they call that? Slot machines in the background on YouTube all the time. I'm addicted.
You just like the sound. I like that sound too,
Yeah,
man. There is something
when you walk in a
very-
casino and you hear that noise, you're
Yeah.
just like,
It is
yes.
calming to me. You're right.
yeah.
Yeah, I do like it.
Gambling just to gamble is fun though, and I've
Sure.
missed out on that a lot ever since I tried to be finding the edge
You
on
need
the
to-
gambling.
you
and
need
it's
to loosen
horrible,
up a
not
little
fun.
bit.
yeah.
I always carry around dollar bills in my pocket just in case, in case something.
It's just I can't have fun knowing, like when I put the dollar in, I already know that I'm not going to win. Because it's just
that doesn't sound fun.
but math tells me
That
I'm not.
sounds pretty bad.
But is it
Then
reality?
why put the dollar down? See,
Well, that's what I'm saying.
A smart person would say that logically that you're just
you
wasting
should-
money.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, so that's why it every single like roulette, craps, any game, like blackjack. If you're not counting cards, it's all losers, and there's no way. I mean, you could win a little bit. You're eventually going to lose. It's just the math is against you in every game.
Yeah.
So going into that, I get mad
You're
at
leaking
why I'm
money,
doing it.
just being at the table.
But you have to play to win.
Uh-huh.
And when you're hot, you're hot.
See, you're doing it fun. I used to think like this. I used to have fun, and then I've ruined my
it's
fun.
Like, it's like Dom still represents that portion of your gambling where you were still like excited about it and enjoying it.
Yeah, because there is something fun to ride in the lightning, and
Oh,
you
yeah.
never
I
know.
won,
all on black.
on lottery tickets this month. I think I already won like $2,500 or something.
2,500.
Holy smokes,
What?
he is got a
Did you
problem.
spend 3,000?
Lottery tickets.
Of course, I spent like $30,000.
Oh my God.
Yeah, well, that's the problem.
I
man.
mean, Dustin gets so mad at me because I send him every time. I'd be like, "Look, I won $1,000 today." Like,
Every morning.
I know people like that. Yeah, but
every
when they
morning,
do that, I'm like,
there's
well, you've
construction
lost
workers
more.
that do that, like at my 7-Eleven,
Sure.
and it's sad because I realize that
it's
they're only eating hot dogs and buying lottery tickets until they die. Seriously, like you see it, and you're like, you're going to do that until you die.
Good lord.
And there is a chance if you tell me, hey, I won $1,000 and I'll never play again, then I'll say, you beat the odds. But if you tell me you won $1,000 and then weeks later, then you won another I'm like, well, you've been playing this entire time. You've wasted more than you won. You can't beat math.
Right.
It's
It was
impossible.
A few months back, I hit $1,000 like 3 times in a month, and then I hit. Man, what was it? 2 months ago, I hit 5,000.
I have never met somebody who's won $1,000 on a scratch-out ticket.
Oh yeah.
I've never met a person that's won $1,000
At
on a scratch-out ticket.
the gay Publix down there, I hit for $5,000.
You're 5,000
I love gay
on a
Publix.
scratch off?
Yeah.
What kind of scratch? Like a $20 bingo?
It was a $10 ticket.
Oh yeah, you got to get the big boys. I bought a
$10
$25 Monopoly one time. It's too confusing. I just threw it away.
I just do. I don't do anything less than 10. It's usually
Okay.
10 or 20.
Oh, this
'Cause
guy's
odds
you're
are
like
way
the
better.
construction worker.
Well, but you have to read the odds. The odds are better. You know, when you do the higher tickets, it's like 1 and 2.
That can't be true.
Whereas the 5 and the 1s and 2s are like 1 and 4, 1 and 6.
I'm just gonna, as a layman, I'm just gonna throw out what I'm hearing. I'm hearing on one side of me, I have a person that's a winner
Yeah.
who's winning money on the other side of me. I have this other person who, when's the last time you came in and was like, I did it. I did the
Well,
thing.
of course, because you can't. It's all losers.
My mother-in-law bought me a lottery ticket for Christmas or something. I won $100 on it. Like I just
Nice.
I have for some reason I have stupid dumb luck. With
No,
these things.
okay, well, that can't be real, Tom.
I'm serious. I do. I do well.
But you had to have lost more than you won. There's
Maybe.
no way to
Maybe.
I can't.
There's no way to beat math.
Well,
you understand?
then, how many tickets? Okay,
Two old gamblers yelling at each other.
You can't win. Everybody tells me they win, but I'm like, you can't.
Sounds like you're a hater, bro.
No,
Yeah,
but it's
this
like
guy's
hating
mad.
reality.
He absolutely hates my
How
good luck.
many?
You
Okay,
can't
walk
win.
me.
It's impossible.
Walk me through.
Also, him screaming at you. In
I
a bear
don't want
suit.
to walk you through because if my wife hears this, she's going to strangle
I'll
me.
cut it out then.
She's not listening.
How many?
I almost brought her with me today.
How many do you buy per week? Would you
A
say?
lot. Way too much.
What's a lot? 30?
Overboard, yeah.
30 tickets?
Probably somewhere
Holy
around.
So $10 tickets, so you're spending about
But
$300
again, though,
to
like,
$500
I've
a
probably
week.
hit for $100 probably
Oh, you sound like Tom. You're just
200
making
times,
you guys are
300
both
times.
excuses.
Oh, they're
300
addicted.
times.
You're both excuse machines.
I'm just saying, Tom. It's just what you're
What
describing.
gets me is like you talk to people sometimes and they'll tell you like on $5 tickets they won $5,000 multiple times. That irritates me.
yeah, because they're lying.
Man, I had no
Because they didn't
idea
tell
you
you
were
about
on that
the-
lottery, dog.
They didn't tell
dude,
you
I'm
about the
on all of it.
$10,000 they wasted. You see, like
I want to be on the lottery.
Our
now,
last
too.
trip out of state, like I literally found the first stop at a casino. Like I have
You have a problem. Yeah.
I don't have drug and alcohol issues anymore though, so that's good,
Yeah,
right?
you gotta
Yeah, it's just a
switch
gambler.
well, this is
switch
just
out your
replacing
vices. Now that he doesn't
Yeah.
do drugs anymore, he's got gambling money.
Right.
Well, you're addicted to gambling, Tom.
Right. That's what I told. That's why I say. Yeah.
Does it feel good for you to have somebody to yell that to?
Well,
It's
no,
gotta
because
feel-
it's as sad as being a heroin addict.
Yeah, but you're doing the same
Right.
thing.
You're doing the same
no,
thing.
I'm finding the edge. All I'm doing.
All you're doing is losing.
Well, that's because
You're
I'm
in a
not good at
goddamn
it.
bear suit.
Yeah. Well, I'm not good at it yet, Sam, but I'm working at it. Dom's just going to.
That's
play.
what he's doing. He's working at
He's
it.
not
From
working
now
on
on,
anything. He's
he's winning money.
He's always
now
buying
on.
In fact,
scratch offs. That's not working
Even further,
on
I'll take it a step further. Whenever I come here, the second I leave here, I go to Publix and I always buy at least one.
Next time you come next month, I'm gonna have lottery tickets for us ready to go.
No.
Yeah, we're
No,
gonna
no,
start
it's a
doing. We're
waste.
gonna start doing every
can't
time the
win.
Sanford 3 comes in. We're gonna see if we can get. We're gonna
We're gonna
keep
walk over to Publix.
Yeah, we're gonna get some lottery tickets.
No.
Dom,
It's impossible. You understand? Like you can't win.
winning. He's
no,
winning.
No, he's
You know
not a
what's,
kid.
I
believe
He's
it.
a liar.
What's messed up is it's kind of like
but he doesn't know he is. It's his addiction. It's his addiction.
it's
It
almost
causes
like a
you to-
reward for me, like to get out of the house 9 times out of 10. Like, oh, I don't mind going to work today because I'm going to stop and gamble a little
So
bit.
the only reason you go to work is so you can gamble?
Yep.
Oh my!
Pretty much.
Holy Moses!
No, it's like someone that tells you.
Oh, I don't mind going to the store, sweetie. I'll get whatever you want.
Okay.
No problem. I'll get
All right.
some lettuce
Wow.
and some tomatoes and
We're finding
probably
out a lot
5
today.
times the
Kimchi
amount of money
and
on
scratch-offs.
lotteries.
Yeah,
Then,
every once, like someone's telling you, like, hey, every once in a while I'll do a couple pain pills here or there, or if I, I got a headache,
yeah.
and then I'm like, you
They
just
just work better.
You just do pain pills every once in a while, and they're like, yeah. It's just like really, and they're like,
Yeah, but this isn't pain pills.
responsibly.
This is,
And then I'm like, and I get tricked into it. They're doing it every day, Daniel.
sure.
And they're addicted
Yeah,
to
but
them.
he's
And-
winning. That's the difference.
and they're
Right.
diarrhea if they don't. But Dom
Gets
can't
too
win.
hard.
You can't win though.
It was I forgot who it was. There was a comedian who said that like it's kind of harmless to be, like having a gambling problem because it's the only addiction that you can win an S load of money.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. No. Listen,
I like that.
I like
that you're
gambling.
also queuing up all the things that rationalize what you're doing. That's pretty
Absolutely,
awesome.
this is what I say all
Yeah,
the time.
well done. Well done.
It's totally fine. I win all the time.
If you're paying for the fun of it, it's fine. If you can afford it, it's
You can afford it?
Yeah. No, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying that
You are going to have to call him an Uber.
I think that the
He's got trunk kimchi.
You guys mind if I borrow $20 on the way out of here from each
Oh,
of you?
what if you give him 20 and he hits big?
Yeah, hits for 10K.
I've met other scratch-off players that convince me they win all the time, and I'm like, well, you can't win more than you lose. That's the math of it. Like, it's impossible.
Okay, here's the thing, right? For the
slot
amount of
machine people do.
the amount of entertainment it provides,
Then yes.
And the amount of money that I win back kind of makes it okay.
Okay,
by me.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I definitely make money back. No problem.
If you just bet on sides in the NFL, like you could, it's a 50-50, and eventually you're paying the vig,
And-
so you're going to lose a little bit over time, but that little bit you
Would
can
it
justify
make-
for entertainment.
So it would make
It's
either.
fine.
Look, you're both fine.
And I've got
You're
family
both-
members that spend
both
way
are
more
fine.
money on gambling than stupid lottery
Okay,
tickets.
you're both
Like,
fine. It's fine.
I got family members who put thousands of dollars on these
not
football
judging
games.
you
That
guys.
is
If you
insane.
just
Well, do they have an edge though? Because you could beat the market if you get in the right time. You see what I'm saying? Like scratch offs,
you
there's
keep
no beating the
saying
market.
that, but
There's
we've
no
never seen it.
Well, it's hard, Daniel. It's hard to do, and I'm learning though. But at least I'm trying things. The scratch offs, you can't ever.
I think we're making
people-
great headway here with my session with you guys today because now I feel stupid.
Jatkins 27 says, "Calm these two old addicts down." Okay, that's a nice comment.
No,
I'm not that old. Come
Yeah.
on.
No, one's an addict. One is legitimately trying to beat the market here.
One's an addict, the other's an edge finder.
Yeah. Like, I'm trying to work the market.
Right.
That's the
Yeah, yeah.
difference.
Yeah,
you
okay.
know?
Yeah,
Listen, it's only a gambling problem if you lose.
Yeah, true. That's another one. He's got 100 one-liners for his
Sure.
wife.
Yep. Yes.
Sofa and Suds, November 19th.
Should we do a scratch-off for it?
Races start at 2,
Yeah.
so
Racists.
get there early.
heard that too.
And I believe we're going to
Gamble on the couches. Who knows?
Yeah, we should do gambling on the couches and do
Oh,
odds.
I'm in. Mark me down for
Could
some
you
of that
handicap that?
action.
Yeah, I could, because I've been
We should do
calling
that.
this long enough where
Yeah.
I know who has the event. I mean, Audi doesn't race anymore, but who won last year? God, I can't remember.
I forget who won.
I think I might.
It was a CrossFit team.
It might be kind of unethical
was it
for me to.
Was
bet
it
on
Team
the
CrossFit Exalted? It wasn't.
Have them
was it?
throw the race.
Yeah.
I think it was the CrossFit team. I remember who won. I would. They were
No,
heavy
they were.
favorites.
They were like.
Yeah,
Were they?
If you
It wasn't Team CrossFit Exalted, was it? Because they came up to me. I love that story because I was like, "And give it up for Team CrossFit," and they kept coming up, and they're like, "Could you please say the Exalted part?" I was like, "Sure." And then I'd mess it up again. I'd be like, "Give it up for the CrossFit team," and they're like, "Excuse me, little man, Exalted. You need to say Exalted." I don't even know what Exalted means. I think it means like ascending into heaven or up on a pedestal or something,
Yes.
right?
Well, Dom, thanks for coming in.
Real quick before I go,
Yeah.
the supervillains will be in Orlando this weekend.
Yes.
All right.
We will be at the Orlando Beer Festival at Festival Park on Saturday.
There you go.
Okay, what time are you playing?
I believe 3:00.
All right.
Go say, bring Dom a scratch off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You should get your super fans.
yeah,
to
and don't bring me
throw
none of those $5 tickets. Bring me those $50 tickets.
Yeah,
Bring me
yeah.
those big ones.
The big
Yeah.
25s, the 10s. No 5s. No. What about ones? What do you think of ones?
My dad won $500 on a $2.
Oh my God, it's in the blood.
$2
It
ticket.
is.
It's in the blood.
I couldn't believe it. I told him to stop gambling because you'll never ever do that ever again.
500 on a $1
on
ticket.
a $2 ticket.
Oh.
Never happening ever again. No.
I think to myself, if I did win the lottery, I could never tell these guys.
Oh, 100%
I'd have
here.
to just never show up again, and then it would be I would make up some other excuse like I'm just going a different path.
I fell out of love with it.
Switching gears, guys.
I'm
Sorry.
so adamant about how impossible it is that if I ever did it,
Yeah.
or Crystal,
That's the
like, I don't
problem
even
with
play. But
that's the problem with digging trenches on your opinions. It's like-
How many
I'm
weeks
deep in
goes
the lottery
by?
trench. I can never get out. I'd have to leave town. But I can
How many
leave.
weeks go by before Samantha sits in your chair and takes your job?
She's already tried it. I see her sometimes in there. She's like adjusting the mic, looking at the camera. So like, it's just gonna look better.
So if I don't show up one day, you know what I'm
Yeah, I'd call Crystal though. She wouldn't know where you are either.
All right. We'll be right back.